I'll just rate and roast our Twitch subscribers and YouTube members. Dex, still time to submit yours over in the hashtag members chat channel.
Oh,
all right.
I'm hearing you twice because of stream.
The stream? That makes sense.
Yes.
Oh, are we live?
We
We're
are.
live.
Let's go!
Live and alive.
Yippee!
Oh my god, skill check D&D. Are they doing D&D?
Oh my god, it is Dungeon Dragon. Yippee!
Dude, that thumbnail is so fucking cursed.
It's amazing.
Oh man, I can't believe he did that. Hello, Tavan.
Tet.
Timmy no mind, lag. Hello. It looks like we're good. I'm gonna hit the announcement. You guys ready?
Do it. Do it now.
Boom. Oh yeah, I guess why do we look so tiny and different?
Oh. Because we got small.
Yeah, we got
And
locked in the internet.
Yeah, we're not in the studio today. Today we are streaming from streaming computers. You're welcome.
Here come the subs and the memberships. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of a remote test just to see if we can get this done. I'll jump in front of our team here and say, guys, the last like 3 weeks of our filming have been so busy with like the coolest guests. Like if you imagine big magic guests, you probably could throw darts at a board that would be who we got. So we got some cool stuff going on the pipe. Even like more main channel guesty stuff. It has been wacky and wild. So I think, someone's talking about the thumbnail. I think you guys are in for some amazing content in the next couple of weeks. So sorry for being busy. Drew, do you want to tell them what's going on with the thumbnail?
Yeah, so I was not available, but man, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Jesse is just he's a man.
I did.
He is so gifted with his mind.
He's on one, I would say.
Yeah. You linked the wrong Discords.
I did. I got it.
Whoa.
I put mine in like a dumbass. Hold on.
Also, this is not my stream setup. This is a stream setup in the office. This is where the boys of the house greater do some gaming.
Yeah, but it's fucking cool, and you've also taken it over, so it's like more of a like hostile takeover thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty much mine now. Yeah, it's not a secret that we got Maldhound because he already posted video with Charlie, so we can say that. So if you guys want, you should go to the short that he posted that has Charlie in it and go leave comments. And go say
it's actually it's a really good short. Thank you, Chad. Sorry for the links. All right, you want to do the damn thing, boys?
Hello, chat.
Yes.
Hello, chat. Hello, chat.
Oh, one more thing about that thumbnail. There's a box brawl dropping tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
So I believe that we have to end the stream around then anyway. So as soon as we're done streaming, the TMNT box brawl is going live, baby. So this over on our YouTube, you guys can check that out.
Yes.
Putting in all
You guys
the
want to do some
names.
like sweet? Okay, cool.
Oh my God, it's a hype train.
I love hype trains.
Thank you so much.
I don't even know why.
Thank you so much for the subs. I know they always post in all caps and shit like that. Thank you, everybody.
I think it's
yes. Great question, Majin Costanza. You have a great question. How can I submit a deck for rating? Well, later in the stream, our mods will be pinning that the answer to that question. But for anyone who is new, we are rating the decks of members and/or Twitch subscribers to the channel. So as long as either your Twitch or YouTube are linked to your Discord, and you are either a sub or a member, you can go on our Discord server. I think it's discord.com or discord.gg/skillcheck, and you'll see the members channel, and you can submit it to a Google Forms there. I think that's all of the housework needing to be done before gaming.
Yep, I think. Oh, we got one more entrant.
Oh my gosh, they're here.
All right, I'm hitting the wheel.
Yeah,
Go
click
for
it. Click the damn ass damn.
I just pinned a message for the
Crabman.
submissions as well.
Crabman. I saw
Crabman.
your deck further up when we were looking at them. Boink.
Crabman, huh?
Oh yeah, I was reading the description. It's 3 to 4ish. Good fun deck. Eat angels, bring them back, eat them again. Why not?
Eat angels?
Eat.
All
Yes.
right.
Can you? I bet you can guess.
Well, he's a subversion of, well, it's probably Shilgengar, but he's a, I bet it's a subversion of execution. He's a crab, which is food. He's tired of the abuse. Oh, man, let's go. Dude,
Yay!
did we ever make a Shilgengar deck? I think Danny wanted to play it, right?
We have not made one, but Danny did say that he wanted to play it. I also found this card really interesting from...
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Shilgengar, for those of you who don't 100% know what this card does off the rip, it's a 5-mana 6/6, also good stats, and flies. So even there, you've already got some Ws. The reason that it's kind of got some sauce is because it has a triple Orzhov ability, which allows it to be in 2 colors, so black and white. It lets you sacrifice another creature, make a blood token. If it was an angel, you get a number of blood tokens equal to its toughness, which is sick. Then, with that Orzhov ability, triple Orzhov and sacrificing 6 blood tokens, you can return each creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. They're vampires in addition to their other types. So eat angels, make angel vampires. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's really cool because I think that people would look at this and they would say, oh, they come back, but with finality counters, you can only do this once. What a shame. And it's like, how many times do you need to reanimate every single thing in your graveyard for it to win you the game? Like once? Maybe twice?
Yeah, it's really fair. That's a really fair comment. And also, they have 34 creatures. So in the event that you need to do it twice or 3 times, there's enough shit in here for you to keep dumping and going.
Yeah.
Also, there's a number of ways to just remove counters from things or move them onto other things.
Yeah.
You've been playing that Traxxas Spaceships. Do you have any hot tech from that?
What is it? Power Conduit, I think, lets you move counters from things.
Yeah.
I saw chat also talk about preventing. You guys know Solemnity? Maybe it's, yeah. Solemnity is an enchantment, I believe, that says you can't put counters on stuff.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a 3-mana enchantment. So, oops, no finality counters because I said so.
There's also, oh man, I'm gonna go on a deep dive to find this card. Well, let me see if it's in the deck first. It's not. I'm gonna go find a card. Because here's the thing. I think that it is very satisfying to remove the counters off of the cards because then you do get to do them more than once. And I played this card.
Like Aether Snap, maybe?
No, although Aether Snap does do, I think, the same thing. Where the flip is it? There is a new card in Lorwyn Eclipse that basically says remove all counters from things, take that much damage, gain them, or lose that much life, and draw that many cards.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's very good, but I can't find it.
Do you want to keep looking?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's in the Lorwyn commander set. Here we go.
I'm happy to see a creature heavy deck. They've got like some kind of staple linchpins to hold back like other decks that are really powerful. I'm seeing a Toxic Deluge, a Dam. A couple of board wipes are important, even if you're playing all creatures. They have a lot of really smart angel and enablers. And then I also see there's like a small artifact sub theme because there's bloods like Marionette Masters in here, and you'd be sacking a bunch of bloods. It's cool. It's smart.
Eventide's Shadow.
It
says, literally, remove any number of counters from among permanents on the battlefield. You draw cards and lose life equal to the number of counters removed this way. So you can even remove from opponent's card, which is like super, super good. Yes, thank you, chat. Thank you for finding that for me.
That is sick. I like the deck. I think it's great.
They put KCI in the deck. That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's artifact synergy, right? It's like kind of a sub theme.
So much blood.
They have this
I think it's pretty
blood. that lets you remove counters from
Yeah,
permanents.
it's true.
So, and it's a vampire.
Man, synergy on synergy. Oh wait,
did they have the infinite damage loop?
Yeah, there's exquisite blood in here, and I see a veto.
They also have Marauding Blight Priest, which is half of the combo.
They don't have Sanguine Blood as well, but they definitely have the tools to. If it's turn 46, the mono white stacks player has locked everyone out of having fun. They've got the tools to get there for sure.
Yeah.
And you see the land base?
No, I didn't. Let's check it out. My new annoying test for all land bases. Oh no. Oh yes, Rogue's Passage is here. Thank
goodness. There. They got a
great start to the day. I'm so happy. Ryan's in the void because he got banished there by Seto Kaiba, but we're gonna bring him back. It'll be fine,
if you want to know why I'm in the void, tune into the box crawl at 7 p.m. and you'll see what happened to me and Michael.
He gets fucking eviscerated and sent to the void. Oh man.
I'm looking for all the
Luminarch Ascension is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You just put shit onto the battlefield, put more angels. Black Market Connections is really so. BMC is great in almost every deck that can run it, but in this deck it's even better because shapeshifters are angels, and you also probably gain a lot of life in this deck, so you can full send over and over and over and over again.
I'm ready to make a determination. I've looked for all the angel enablers that I like Valkyrie Harbinger, Giada Font of Hope. There's another one that reduces the cost of angels as well. Oh, Starnheim Aspirant. They're all in here. It's got a smart kind of artifact sub theme. It's playing enough of the combo pieces to get you out of bed in case you're playing against some mono white stacks guy. It's got the right number of removal, ramp, or a removal and board wipes and stuff like that. I really like it. It's an angel deck aimed at being a 3 or 4. If you call it a 3, I give it a 10. I think it's great. If you call it a 4, I don't know about that.
Yeah, if you wanted this to be a 4, I feel like you would start needing to run more standard game changers and just Deadly Rollick and just shit that is clearly just very good and not necessarily synergistic, which is why I think that bracket 4 is a slight failure to the not failure. It moves away from doing synergy crazy combo that I think commander players usually are looking for.
Yeah, agreed.
I think as a 3, this is probably a 10. I don't know if there's anything I would change. Maybe I would take out Dictate of Erebos because that card is so mean.
Yeah,
but the deck itself is not it doesn't look like it's all that mean. I guess you know what? Maybe I'm feeling a little generous. Maybe I need to play a little bit more Simon Cowell and less Paulo Abdul because this deck does everything correctly, but where's the sriracha in my meth, so to speak? Where's the gochujang in my cookies? I want the goofy craziness, and I don't see a lot of wacko potential here.
To me,
that doesn't mean the deck is bad. The deck's great.
Yeah. To me, that's the artifact sub theme. I think it's cool because they have a Mirkwood bats for their blood tokens.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Baby artifact.
That's why I like it. I will say though, if you were looking for a little bit of kick, you wanted to go up a couple Scovilles, their lands are clearly a more just get my colors vibe. There's more utility you could throw in. I see Minas Morgul, for example, or the Black Tower, whatever it is, for sure.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's also any other so Shil Gengar says that you can sacrifice another creature. If you sacrifice an angel this way, create a number of blood tokens. I wonder if you could do any better with some sort of looping of changelings or looping some reanimation loop that gave you a consistent generation of blood.
Like a way to make more blood?
Yeah, just I don't even know if you would need more blood in the deck, but imagine every turn I guess Black Market Connections does that. Imagine every turn you always generate a 1/1 changeling and then you sack it or whatever. Yeah, I need a small jank level up, but I think that's fine. I think the deck is really good. 9/5, there's no crazy wacky I'm gonna shit my pants because this deck is the craziest thing I've ever seen, but every time I would love to play this deck. Every time that I'm sure this person plays this deck, it's like you're gonna have a great time. Come on, look at this shit. It's awesome.
I'm with you. That's true. It definitely does speak to, I think, like my level of I want to play creatures that have a backup plan. I like it a lot.
Oh, it's wait, whoa.
What?
Karmic Guide?
Oh, no way. Oh, good.
Karmic Guide's an angel.
Good call.
That's basically a must include in my mind.
I think I know why they probably didn't play it. It's because it's a 2/2, so it only makes 2 bloods.
Yes, that's fair.
I still think that I would play it though. I think I'm with you.
Yeah, because here's the thing: you 2/2 and you get the blood, but then when you play it, you get something bigger that you would sacrifice probably with Shell Gengar, and then you sacrifice it to turn it into 2/2 when it would be dead anyway. I think that's a really good. I think it's just an easy include. I don't think it's necessary. Also, you should definitely put Classic Sarah Angel into the deck. Like, I think that's kind of like a funny, cool thing to do.
Where do you see the price total on Moxfield?
At the, I think at the bottom. I'm sorry.
I thought it was on the bottom too.
I'm on a different setup.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's $900 on Card Kingdom. Okay, I thought that this might have been a little more budget aimed, and that's why some of these cards might have been in there. But yeah, no, I think Karmic Guide is a good one. Sarah Angel is very funny. I agree.
Yeah. And then what about the Foundation's Vampire Angel guy? Was he an angel or no?
Bloodthirsty Conqueror?
Yeah.
I think it was just a vampire. I could be wrong.
Yeah, this Bloodthirsty Conqueror.
He's a vampire knight.
I also
he does have angelic vibes.
I did some crazy Googling, and in Foundation Jumpstart, there's Rodolph Duskbringer. He's a vampire angel. Flying Death Touch lifelink 4/4. Whenever you gain life, he gains indestructible. In the beginning of your end step, you can pay one and either of Orzhov, and you return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. That seems pretty cool. That kind of seems like its own really cool commander.
Yeah, maybe we should build that. That actually seems fun. He has sometimes indestructible too. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's something that this deck might, and maybe just because I've been going through it so fast, I haven't seen, but I love to have insurance or try to have either insurance that my commander is safe or insurance in that, like, I have other cards that do what the commander does, but maybe half as good. And I guess I would want just a little bit more of that in the deck.
Yeah, I think they are like on the bare bones plan there. I agree. It probably could use some more, but like they've got Malakir. They've got one of my favorite, like, kind of off the wall pieces, Sajiri Shelter. It's a land that gives your guys protection. There aren't that many. I think they mostly just opted to jam 34 creatures in and be like, yeah, they'll kill my guy once, but he's coming back.
Yeah. I just know that the second removal spell on Shell Gengar is going to make you just
cry.
So sad. It's just going to make you so sad. But if someone's like removing your commander twice, then they probably have bigger problems. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9. I think it's a 9.
I've seen a lot of decks like this come down, and when your commander gets murdered twice, you're like, damn, because your cards cost so much, you're stuck with like 6 angels in your hand, and you're like, well, can't play my commander. And like the worst turn that you'll have is like playing like a Lyra Dawnbringer. It's like, I guess I'm playing a 5/5 life linking angel with first strike, pass. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, that sucks too. And then they kill it. And then you play like Liaison, and it's like, all right, I'm playing another life linking angel, pass.
That's true.
And it's like, at some point, like, it's not good, but it does definitely stop like the mono green player from being like, well, maybe I can attack into 20 power in the air.
Yeah. Hold on. There's one more. No, not this. Oh, why can't I think of this card? It's a card that is literally tutor, put something into your graveyard.
There's a few. Entomb?
Yeah, Entomb, I think. Let me see. Yeah. There's one that does 3 of them, and it's like pretty cheap.
Buried Alive.
Final Parting, maybe?
Yeah, Buried Alive. I think both of those go pretty well in this. But now I'm just being nitpicky. Now I'm being way more personal and doing like a pure graveyard thing.
No, but they said they were aiming between 3 and 4. I feel like spending your mana to put more than one card in the graveyard makes this a faster deck. It's a good point. Now you still need your blood tokens, but getting 6 is really not that hard. So if you spend, 1 to 3 mana putting the cards that you need in your graveyard and setting up an engine, that's definitely a save and a power up, in my opinion.
Yeah. Anyways, I think very good. Very, very good. I love it.
I like it. I think it's good. Let's go to the next one, though. Let's go to the next one.
Yippee! Spin the wheel! Wow, I just saw the box brawl thumbnail again, and I'm geeking.
It's live.
Oh yeah, there's an enchantment that cranks out 4/4 angel tokens. Adding that definitely would be good too.
Luminarch Ascension, I think they have it already.
Is it Luminarch? I thought that there was another one.
Maybe, but that one does literally make 4/4 angels.
Okay.
Data decoy.
DK.
Oh, data decay.
Oh, decay, yeah.
Decay.
Oh,
I think it's right here.
Power level 2, you say. Oh, now
you wanna read it out?
Sure. It says power level 2. Not too sure. I'm bad at judging power level. The main plan is to play control until I can use Heliod, the Warped Eclipse, to snowball an increasingly large discount for all my X spells until everyone decks themselves. Let's say one thing I know is okay. They're looking for options on how to prevent themselves from being decked. They also have a lot of consideration cards, which is cool. They've iterated on it a few times. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that the description of the deck says, "Go ahead, draw a card." We also played against someone who played this commander against us at MagicCon, which was a really cool showing. Although I think that one was a little bit more like pumped up than just a bracket 2. But I want to. Wow, they have 2 creatures in the deck.
That's sick.
If you guys don't know, this commander is Heliod Radiant Dawn. When it enters, return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand, and then you can transform him for 3 and a Phyrexian blue into Heliod Warped Eclipse. You may cast spells as though they had flash, and spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. So the version that we played against was X Spell Tribal. Oh wow, 12 Defector Might.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I really like Heliod. I think it's a cool card. I've actually personally been wanting to build it. Where would you go with this?
I think that I mean, there's so many different directions. The reiterating enchantments is kind of funny, but I think that casting spells with flash and then costing 1 less for each card opponents have drawn this turn, I might turn this into like some sort of mill deck, but I feel like X spells just slide in so easy. Like I feel like X is pretty good.
It's cool. It's cool that you say that, because to me, the more interesting and powerful line is it's just a ley line of anticipation in like a 2-color combination that like shouldn't have flash on everything. I would lean more towards instant speed weird stuff. And but it is really cool that you can like literally flash in X sorceries. Yeah.
I mean, I'm the draw cards guy. I would turn this into literally everyone at the table is drawing so many cards that they kind of don't really know what's happening. And then at some point, either Jace or Labman or all the opponents draw out. Like one of those things is what I would want to do, which maybe is a little boring. I know that I'm the person who always says, make this goofier. But like, I don't know. To me, that's like so far away from standard Magic of fighting with creatures that it feels silly to me.
Well, here's the thing. I think you can kind of live in the middle there. Like, Folio of Fancies, I don't see it on this list.
Yeah.
It's the little blue artifact that like lets everyone draw cards and everyone mill. It's like exactly what you're looking for in that kind of strategy.
And everybody has no max hand size.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty good. And then I also just saw YouTube chat say it. Forced Fruition is in the deck. So they kind of have that plan already anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is supposed to be like budget or anything, or maybe they just want to stay bracket 2, but like they're missing all the extra draws. Kami of the Crescent Moon, they're looking Howling Mine, the Crufix and
Howling Mine is cheap too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking for improvement, so keep going.
I think the big thing is that when it comes to extra drawing like Howling Mine and Kami of the Crescent Moon, that never affects your Heliod Warped Eclipse. Things like Scrawling Trawler would, because they're all drawing on your upkeep, and then you get the discount for the rest of the turn. whereas Kami would give you the discount on their turn. I guess you have flash on everything, but do you get what I'm like? Yeah. Trying to sync up all of the draw stuff to happen at the same time, I guess you kind of have to choose between having it all happen on my turn or having it all happen on everybody's turn all the time. You know what? I've just talked myself into what Zach was saying.
No,
put all that shit in the deck.
No, because you to sharpen your point, you're focusing on the biggest X spell possible, and to do that, you need all of the draw at one time. Yeah. But if you're just playing flash value, and you're kind of playing a different game, which is like not even just I'm making the tempo and like therefore I can cast my cards whenever. You have to pay attention to tempo on every turn and be like, sorry, how many cards did you draw this turn? Sorry, how many cards did you draw? And then you can know if it's the turn to pop off. Yeah. And so like if your plan is to just play like the biggest X everybody mill spell of all time, yeah, you got to stack those cards on your turn. That's true. But I don't know. I think there's some fun to be had there where you're just like, no, I think I'll just play on your turns and just pass and see how many Howling Minds or whatever you get.
I swear to God, if you play this deck and you do not have a D20 that is ticking up when other people draw, that is your fault. You should not be asking the table how many draws they are doing. You need to be on top of shit if you are playing this commander. Holy fuck.
No, it's not a real commander night if you don't get up from the table and go get a snack and come back and be like, sorry, I just got here. No, I know we're 2 turns past, but how many cards did Jim draw on his turn 2 turns ago?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. This is very, very true. Oh yeah, Wedding Ring is a pretty big include.
I also like Struggle for Project Purity. I saw that too.
Oh yeah. Something else I thought of is putting spell copying in this deck would be really funny because you're either spell copying an X spell, which retains properties, or a draw spell, or a mill spell. Like all of that being copied feels so disgusting to me in every way, shape, or form.
How many exist in blue though?
Spell copy in blue?
I feel like a lot
That's a good question.
I feel like a lot of the copying's in red.
Well, there's a lot of like more restrictive spell copying in blue. Like people are talking about the Hive Mind thing, which is like casting a group casting of spells. But you guys seen Narset's Reversal?
Yeah.
That one, I think technically copies. It's also an interact spell, which is cool. So you can use it to like either just place your own spell and keep it, or I think you can do any target, or like copy their stuff and send them back, which is neat.
Here, I'm doing some looking.
I'm trying to think of the funniest play possible with this. I kind of think that I would run a Meteor Golem, and it's just like if I have no open mana and my opponent draws 7 cards, I can flash in a free Meteor Golem on their turn and just fuck with them. That's kind of funny.
Scrap the draw theme.
Lithiform Engine. Yeah. Storm of Saruman.
Storm of Saruman is cool.
Double Down. That doesn't count.
Well, Storm of Saruman duplicates the second thing you do, right?
Yes.
That's really good in a deck like this because we're playing on all 4 turns. So I think you can get a ton of value out of something like that.
Drafna, founder of Latinam. There's plenty of Errant Street Artists. Yes. Yeah, there's some. There's not a lot, but there's enough that I would want to see it, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, let's talk about the fact that this is supposed to be aimed at a control deck, and this is the idea for them: is they want to control until they can get to the end game. Guys, in a commander format, what are like the most like bracket 2, bracket 3 most important things you need to survive in a control format, in your opinion? Because I know one of them that I don't see.
That's tough. I mean, in bracket 2 and 3, if you're running 2 creatures, you need to find some way to not be killed by someone who just says, I play a 4/4, I attack you. I play a 4/4, I attack you. I play a 4/4. Like, you are just going to die.
What is the most common blue and white thing that gets you out of this
propaganda?
Propaganda, ghostly prison.
Propaganda, ghostly prison. You can't touch me. I'm a pussy. That type of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
like those cards.
Silent Arbiter also does it.
Silent Arbiter too, yeah, and he's a colorless guy, so you can get the full reduction there. Those cards, look, they're so boring and they suck, right? But like, if you're going on a budget, you're playing control and you want to live, that's your best shot. Yeah.
Also, you have baby synergy there because Heliod in his original form, if your safety net gets removed, you just bounce it to your hand and you play that shit again. It's actually kind of depressing how good those cards are in this deck. I think they're kind of a 100% include if you have 2 creatures. 2! Come on.
I kind of even really like your Silent Arbiter call too.
Yeah, I definitely think that you could put more creatures in the deck. I know. You want to play control, you want to do the thing. That's fine. I think that's good. But like, why is Laboratory Maniac not in this deck? He's not expensive, he's not rare. Like, I mean, maybe he is a rare, but like you can get your hands on him, and that'll stop you from milling out, which is something that you asked for specifically in the, question. But
also thinking about
what's the Aeons card that I Echo of Eons?
You're going for like a more draw yourself out strategy?
Well, no, because he said in the submission,
No, that he mills out. Yeah, I'm saying, are you saying to lean more into that?
Well, yeah, I would say either lean more into that where you're going to win off of that, or play something like Echo of Eons, which just shuffles your whole entire graveyard back into your library and just play 2 games of Magic. Fuck
True. I was even thinking, like, there's a bunch of enchantments and effects like Alharmon's Archive or Teferi's Ageless Insight that are like, fuck it, if I'm going to drink from the fire hose, let that bitch go on full blast. It's like double your card draw. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I'm most in favor of that.
Yeah, and here's the thing. This deck, I'm looking at the interaction, right? They do, trust me, they got counter spells. Those exist. They've got life gain. They've got some like interaction for non-creature permanents and stuff like that. They've definitely got their ramp. They've got their X spells set up. They've got their removal. But I do think with a couple of smarter pieces like this Pillow 40 effects, we've talked about those a bunch, and then like kind of figuring out a real like directional game plan, whether it's I'm going Labman or I'm milling them out, and just kind of like going all in on that one will make this deck feel a lot stronger.
I have a question. How many times are you triple Xing Astral Cornucopia? Oh, spells. Never mind. Heliod has synergy. Oh, okay. They're saying, okay.
In YouTube, they're saying, yeah, but then I win with Labman every time.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of putting win cons in your deck. I've played against someone that just played straight control with no win con. It was a miserable 3-hour game.
Yeah, I think in bracket 2 you probably. Oh wait, there's some life gain. It's not much hope. I was thinking. They also say that Eon shuffles their opponent's graveyards in too, which is not great.
Yeah, just torture everybody.
Yeah. Swarm Intelligence from chat as well to copy those mill spells. I do think it's important to have win conditions, especially in, bracket 2 control decks is a really scary place to be because it's like, it's either nothing ever happens, you lose instantly, or the game is 28 hours and I will never win.
It's the deck box has break in case of emergency necessary 3-hour game.
Yeah. To be honest, though, if you don't want Labman, you can also play something like a Felidar Sovereign and be like, I'm just going to win by having infinite life and call it a day.
Yeah.
Like there are other ways to win with like alternate win conditions that will get you out of like a 4-hour game. I'm trying to think of the other.
Winning is so counter to the fun of Commander. Commander isn't about winning; it's about having fun.
That's true. But who doesn't want to play Angelic Fountain and tap it every turn to make one guy and eventually win 15 turns later by making a 1/1 every turn?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think that there definitely are alt win cons you can stick in this deck that aren't necessarily Labman or Jace that you can make it work. Like Approach of the Second Sun is the most common way I would say to like win in a blue-white deck, like at this power level, because it just gains you life and like kind of keeps you in the game. It's also, in my opinion, one of the best alternate win cons for decks like this because you tell your opponents, guys, Mom's here with the minivan and the pizza. Yeah. I have to leave in 30 minutes. Look at this card. If I draw like a bunch more cards, I win. And then they're like, okay. And then they try to kill you. And if they can't, well, that's their fault. The Godzilla player needs to kill you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think something that I have been kind of crafting in my mind as a theory for building decks is that there's, a bunch of levels of synergy, but to me, the first 3 are most important. The number Number one is you look at your commander and you see what cards would work with what the text on the commander says. So like X spells with Heliod is like the first level of synergy. Then you have level 2 of synergy, which is like shoring up your weaknesses. So like adding Propaganda Ghostly Prison or Silent Arbiter or having counter spells in the deck. All of that stuff kind of protects your original game plan of X spells. And then there's the third level, which is like, okay, I have what I think I want to do and I have ways to protect myself. Is there any fucking crazy jank that I can put into the deck that either makes sense or is funny or whatever? And that third level is kind of like bonus points, you know? To me, this deck lacks a very clear win condition, which would be like a tier 1, and has, you know, it has fuckloads of counter spells because you're an Azorius, so why not? But like, it doesn't have the stuff that really prevents people from attacking you if they have like a Naya token strategy, you know, which is not uncommon enough that you shouldn't plan for it. Unless in this person's home pod, nobody plays creatures or tokens at all. So they never run into that problem and they're all just playing blue all night forever. I would give this deck as it stands probably like a 6, just because I have a hard time seeing where you win. It seems like you either deck yourself out or somebody kills you almost every game. And I think that bringing it up to like an 8-9 would be pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm also seeing a bunch of really common like ways to not necessarily win but play the game in here. Chasm Skulker is a great example of a draw card payoff that impacts the game immediately, but there's also things like Ominous Seas. Drawing cards makes you guys, and you can interact with the table and the board. 20 Toad and Triskaidekaphile, more alt win conditions. I agree with Drew though. This deck, it is definitely got good bones. I would say they have a Force Fruition. That's probably their plan, and they have a bunch of mill spells, so there's a plan. Does it get there every time? No, but you know, I kind of think that's what 2s do. I definitely don't think this deck is bad, but it does need a little sharpening. I'll give it like probably an 8. I think it's got good bones, but needs a little help.
It definitely needs help in my mind, but yeah, I think that's not far away.
Hey, thank you for playing ramp though. I feel like so many blue eye control players don't play ramp.
Yeah, I think that's very, very true, very good. I also think that the land base could use some work. There's 22 basics. Feels like a lot, but I understand we're not all printing cards, so we don't all have amazing land bases of every single color combination that we want. But that is like something that I would want to attack after figuring out what my like top 4 win conditions of the deck are. After I know what those are, then I'm like, okay, let's look at the lands to try and just make the game more consistent. Because I can see myself playing this deck and being like, fuck, it's my 8th island in a row. I have 1 white pip and I can't play my double pip commander. Like, this is so tough.
Big true. But overall, I like the deck a lot.
Oh, we should play Pauper. We should play a PDH game at some point. That would be fun.
I also think we should play a like $10 budget game and see what happens. Like not including basic lands.
Awesome. I also want to say, here's a small intermission. I got Burger King for lunch.
Oh, why did you do that?
Because I wanted to try the new Whopper, because I was listening to a podcast, My Brother and Me. And Justin McElroy with the Munch Squad gave us a incredible assessment for the new Whopper, and they pretty much just ignored all of the problems and put it in a wrapper. Hey, guess what? Sandwich is still bad, in case anybody was wondering. And the Diet Coke at Burger King, I know that Diet Coke is different everywhere you go. Diet Coke at Burger King is bad too. Just stick to McDonald's, guys.
Did you, after the burger mogging thing that Charlie filmed the other day, I went down to inspect the leftovers. There's like 2 very clear bites from the Whopper, completely untouched otherwise. They just...
Yep.
Yeah.
Maxalon.
Yeah.
Easy Shucks.
What was it?
Maxalon?
Maxalon?
Easy
Shucks? Oh, this person just submitted.
Oh, wait, what a crazy... I actually just helped them get... That's crazy. Congrats, dude. You literally just submitted.
Congratulations.
Wow.
This says it's a bracket 3, a low 3.
Let's go.
Funny shenanigans with aura tokens and overwhelm with sudden big creatures or commander damage. Wait, whoa. Is this who I think it is? No, it's not. It's not Yenna, but it is Gilwain, which is in the same release cycle.
Don't worry, Yenna's in there.
Yeah, Yena's in the deck, which I'm really happy about. Oh, this looks like the upgraded precon. This is upgraded precon, almost certainly.
Wait. What deck are you getting from Excellent? I'm getting Toph.
Oh, did they submit 2?
Oh, they submitted 2.
Oh wait, yeah, they submit 2.
I still only see 1. What the heck?
It's because
there's Maxilon, Easy Shucks, and then there's Easy Shucks Twitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Got it.
So
Okay,
let's decide. Yeah, do we want to do Toph or do we want to do Auras?
I've never seen a Gilwain deck before, so I feel like let's talk about this one.
Okay, let's do that one.
God, rolls, dude.
Okay, so I don't know who in chat was, forming memories during the time that Wilds of Eldraine came out.
Rolls.
But there was a bunch of cards that created roll aura tokens. And what rolls are is just auras that do little tiny things, and you can only have one of them. So Gilwain, casting director, he says, whenever Gilwain or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you choose one. You create a royal roll attached to them, a sorcerer roll attached to them, or a monster roll attached to them. And I believe a royal roll gives them +1/+1 in like Ward 1 or Ward 2, maybe. A sorcerer.
I think the sorcerer one gives
sorcerer is like draw and discard, and then monster gives them trample.
I think sorcerer scries on attack or something.
This is
okay. Royal is 1/1 in Ward.
Yeah,
Monster
I got that one.
Is 1/1 in trample.
I got that one.
And then sorcery is upside down. Let me see.
Whenever this creature attacks, scry 1. Zach had it.
Okay.
Zach had it.
Cool. Guys, roll is one of those mechanics that like dungeons, like bending, is sure to come back one day, right? We're sure to get more of those.
Yeah.
And so it kind of sucks because like you can't build, there will not be more roll synergy cards. It just doesn't exist. The good news is, I believe they are technically enchantments, which does kind of open the door for you. And they're auras, right? So for me, like, how do you build this in anything that's not either tokens or enchantress? You know what I mean?
Well, it's hard because you don't build tokens because it doesn't attach rolls to non-tokens, or it only attaches to non-tokens.
Yeah, I more mean that they are tokens themselves.
Oh,
so like
yeah,
you could build like token copiers or whatever. The the mouse problem in Yenna that you frequently come up with.
Yes, very
Is the mouse in here? And can you please tell the story of what the hell?
I highly doubt that they put the mouse in here, but I can look for it. No, I don't see the mouse.
No mouse.
But the idea is that I have a Yenna deck that copies permanents that don't already have copies, and there's a card called 3 Blind Mice. It's a saga, and the first saga step creates a 1/1. The second saga step copies a token that you control, and then the third one does that again, and then the fourth one gives all creatures you control +1/+1. So the idea is that you make a mouse, you copy it twice, and then you give them +1/+1, and I think vigilance or something. But what you can do with Yenna is you can copy it, and then you can use it to make a token copy of the token copy of itself, and then do that over and over again. And if you have any token doublers in the entire game, which you are going to have because you're playing Magic the Gathering Commander on the Nintendo GameCube, you are exponentially creating more and more and more and more sagas. Now, you won't be doing that in this deck, because this deck has Gilwain as the commander, and he's making token rolls, which I imagine what you are doing is you are going to be putting them onto a bunch of cool guys, like Timber Paladin, Siona Captain of Pyleus. This looks very much, not in a bad way, non-derogatory. This looks a lot like the precon that they sell with what's her name as the commander. Hold on, I can find it.
And then while you're doing that, there's a really tough problem you're grappling here. So 2 of my favorite enchantment cards, Sithis and Sigil of the Empty Throne. Sithis lets you draw cards and gain life, and Empty Throne lets you make angels. Those cards say when you cast an enchantment spell, which doesn't work with Gilwain. The problem is that you're sitting on 22 enchantments, and then like 20% of the creatures in this deck are also enchantments. So like, you accidentally just have 30 castable enchantments in here as well, because you're not really casting off of your commander as the main mechanic.
Elevir is the commander of the Auras deck. She's the whenever you attack, create a virtuous roll token, which I would say Virtuous Roll. So Virtuous Roll, I think, gives you +1/+1 for each enchantment you control, which is kind of absolutely super busto.
It's such
to, like the other ones.
What's such a funny and fucking cool synergy is the tokens. The rolls are tokens. You know, Jaheira, Friend of the Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You can tap tokens to add mana.
That's awesome. That's so really cool.
You're like 1/1 little like fucking Esper Sentinel comes in, he gets like fucking Royal Roll, and then now his like backpack taps for fucking mana. It's so funny.
That's so awesome.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. I mean, Magic is full of those effects now, like a Realm Reborn or whatever that will let you just tap random shit for mana. I think that's really smart play. I don't know, man. Like, where's the payoff for you on this one? Is it just like slap an Ancestral Mask or an All That Glitters, which he has both, on something with like a keyword and call it a day?
I mean, yeah. I kind of think that that's the best that you do, and
actually,
the best that you can do, which I don't think is bad.
No, but here's the thing: you're making monster rolls, right? So you really don't even need to find like your trampoline guy. You just play a Llanowar Elves.
Yeah, I imagine something that ends up happening is probably you put down Gilwain, and then you give him Ward, and then everything else that you play, you give Trample. And then when the board gets wiped, the next time you play Gilwain, you give him Trample, and then all of your enchantments go on him, and then you just fucking boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Until the whole enemies are dead. Like, I imagine the game plays out pretty similarly, which is not bad. I also think that for a deck where Gilwain is your commander, and he says, when a creature enters, give them a roll, having only 25 creatures is maybe on the lower end from what I would do. To me, Gilwain is more of a, like, I am building value by just getting increased stats. Look, anytime I see any Aura's commander in Selesnya, I just think of Yenna. Yenna just does the job like 20 times better than like every other commander. Maybe that's wrong, but holy shit, it super is not. She's broken. She's absolutely broken. I think we never do this, but I would recommend you just putting Yenna as the commander. Like, she's so fun and so cool. Oh,
it would be hard to argue with the power level of Yenna compared to this guy. I think this guy is really cool, but to make it not a Yenna deck, right? To make it not a Yenna deck, the thing that this is missing, exactly like you've said, in the late game, your commander can fill some really cool flexible roles. I play my guy, I give him monster, he has trample. Okay, we probably want to like a Concordant Crossroads to give him haste, or, I see that you have Swifties or Greaves or whatever. That's all fine. If in the end of the game you play this guy, how do you win? And to me, it's cards like Brilliant Restoration, which is like, I've now played my trample guy. I need all of my enchantments back. I give my guy all the guns, and then he fires them wildly. Like that, I think, like, even if it's just Ancestral Mask, he has trample and haste, and like 4 other enchantments, he already has a roll. He's swinging in for like pretty close to 10 to 15 commander damage at that point, right? Like, that is a really cool and unique play that only this guy can make compared to Yenna. Now, I'm not saying that Yenna can't get there, but like the fact that he gets a choose your own adventure roll, that's cool. That's cool. But I think it lends itself a lot more to like big swingy enchantment bombs rather than like building a board. I think that Yenna will win the build a board contest a lot faster.
Yeah. I don't want to have what I'm saying come across as me thinking that the deck is bad or the idea is bad. It's not. This deck is probably great, and I bet you it plays great. You're running exactly the stuff that you need to sort of protect yourself. You have Ghostly Prison, you have Kenra's Transformation, you have like Bear Umbra to keep yourself really safe and stuff like that. All of that is like perfect. Very, very good. I really like this deck. Me, as someone who has pet decked a Selesnya Aura like deck, I see this and I'm like, oh, there's so much that can be done to push this just so far. Maybe that's not what you want or what you need. That's totally fine. But man, I want this deck to be so much. I'm here. I'm you and I are holding hands because I'm wanting to push this.
This feels like someone who's taken up like a monastic oath to be like, I solemnly swear that I will not play Yenna. Yenna is it sometimes I'll play Yenna. That's you, if you're holding back the beast inside you that is just playing Yenna and making a 21 commander damage on turn 5, like, respect.
Oh, FYI, I built this deck because I rolled him on a random commander wheel.
Let's
Very
go.
cool.
Wait,
Very, very cool.
we actually have a series like that coming up where we're gonna roll random commanders.
Yes.
It probably will be in a couple of weeks, but we recently have done that experience. It's really fun to just play weird shit.
It is so much fun.
Okay, now one thing that's cool is if you have Constellation, which is when enchantments enter, then all these rolls will do the same. They will enter, which is cool. So like Eidolon on Blossoms, there are not that many Constellation effects that are good. But one thing that I think is cool is if you have Flicker or Blink, you can cause multiple constellations. I don't see a lot of that in here. I don't necessarily think it's the best thing, but an Ephemerate, for example, would be really cool because one, you can fizzle removal, or two, you can change the rolls, which I think is neat.
Yeah.
And so I would consider Blink. I would definitely consider Mass Reanimation, especially for enchantment. But truly, I think this is a cool, fun, unique deck. It's got all the stuff that I think it needs. I would still play like your Sithis or something like that if you can, like those Sigil of the Empty Throne, like those enchantment winners. But as it stands, I like it a lot. I think it's a 9/5. It has space to grow, I think. But it is, I think, like you said, Drew, it is a good deck and it will play well.
Yeah. I mean, if you're playing Selesnya and you're playing enchantments, you're gonna be fine. There's so many cards to draw cards. All your creatures are gonna have good stats. Like, you don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to give this deck an 8 just because I feel like with Gilwain, I would want to be casting creatures. If I'm making this deck, what I would do is I would look for all of the Constellation cards, like Ryan said, even the bad ones, I would put them in here because Gilwain is going to be giving me when an enchantment enters every single turn. I would try and focus this way farther away from if I cast an enchantment because there are a lot of cards that say when you cast an enchantment, and none of the rolls count for that. So I would want to, include that. Or I would want to think about that. I would want to basically just only go for enchantment enters triggers. But as it stands, the deck is really good. I love Idol of Oblivion included. Yeah, very good. I think an 8. This is an excellent deck. Very, very, very good.
Cool. Ready for the next one?
Yay! Also, I saw Zach in chat saying no Jukai Naturalist, which, yeah, Jukai Naturalist fits really good into this.
Naturalist. Yeah, there's a few like literal enchantresses cards I don't see, like the draw card cast enchantment guys. But I think it's a delicate balance between casting and non-casting in this deck.
Satyr Enchanter. Oh,
Sterling Grove.
Okay, I'm just gonna give you just lightning round of includes Ondu Spirit Dancer, Moonblessed Cleric, probably like one tutor in case you wanted the deck to be super consistent. Satyr Enchanter, Mesa Enchantress. Probably that's it. Those will just make your deck a little bit more
solid choices.
Oh, and the give all my enchantments hexproof or shroud, the Grove one. What's it called?
Sterling Grove.
Oh, Sterling Grove.
Grove. Yeah, Sterling Grove, incredible inclusion.
Who do we get?
Tyler Nolad? Tyler Nolad.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm reading that right.
All right. Oh, this could be a Zach deck. It says this deck is a work of fairy art. Oh, wait, what? Oh, whoa. Okay, it's a different direction.
Oh, I think there's 2.
Is there? I see one.
Oh no, there's only one. I'm silly. I'm a silly builder.
Bracket 3-ish built the deck from the ground up around fairy artisans. Aside from some last minute additions for Galadriel, some of my favorite synergies are token doublers and boxing ring. Boxing ring is cool. Would love some suggestions and critiques. Absolutely love slamming down the artisans with token doublers and/or a way to blink them to keep the tokens.
Okay, so for everyone who's wondering, the commander is Galadriel, Light of Valinor, 5 mana in Bant. Alliance, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Add 3 green, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, scry 2, then draw a card. And then the card that they are saying is a key piece is Fairy Artisans, which is a 4-mana 2/2 flyer that says whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Then exile all other tokens created with Fairy Artisans. So you're sort of like getting extra enters triggers by your opponents playing the game, which I think is really cool.
Off to bat, has nothing to do with the deck itself as far as like mechanics work. Every single art choice here is painstakingly beautiful. Massive aura points.
Everything was
aura
chosen to, I think, be just the most expensive version, which I think is epic.
It's only $5,300. Okay.
Yeah, including the $1,200 Soul Ring on Card Kingdom. Very good.
That's really good. All right, so look, Fairy Artisans is a sick card. I've seen it like in CEDH, but generally all it is like, oh, you have an ETB, I get an ETB kind of vibe. Like, because you lose the guy once like the next thing comes in. And so their plan is to make more like tricky stuff happen by like flickering it, or I see like a clever concealment where they phase out Artisans. So when new stuff comes in, like it won't proc the like removal effect, bounce their own stuff. I think it's cool. But Galadriel is such an interesting choice because it's just like a value guy, right? Like it's just like something comes in, you get mana counters or draw, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where would you go with basically a Bant value engine in like what they're saying is flicker, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that blinking is definitely a way you can do it, but commanders like this is very reminiscent of like Glarb. You can basically do whatever you want.
That's true.
Like you just get to stylize it in whatever way that you wish. If I was building Bant value, I probably would play Blink. Maybe I'll play a little bit of Dungeons, but I'm a demon in that way. I don't know. I might just play big guys or like very uncommon like Blink guys. I'm also chat. Can we talk about the fact that this deck is a bracket 3-ish, but it has Emiel the Blessed and Deadeye Navigator and Sakashima of the Thousand Faces, and feels a little Esper Sentinel. It feels a little good for 3. I guess maybe it doesn't get to 4 though. I don't know.
Architect is identifying 6 potential infinite combo pieces, which you have said, but also like it has a bunch of ways to make a bunch of stuff that does stuff with the stuff that you said. So it definitely is good.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe pushing 4, but like what? Maybe the interaction package is what kind of is stumping it. Like I do see it to fairies and a heroic, a flawless.
It's tap dancing. Like, it's tap dancing on that line.
Yeah, like they have like what, 1 counterspell? Yeah, literally
2,
one counterspell.
I mean, Sink into Stupor.
Yeah. Oh, because it just bounces.
It's a bounce spell, but still, it's like it counters a spell. Soft counters a spell.
One thing I think
Glory Dominance, Finale of Devastation. This deck's pretty good, guys. Come on, let's be real with each other.
They have, first of all, We Want a Shrubbery, but I think the toughest part about this deck is like, look how color symbol dependent all the cards are, and Galadriel can only make triple green. Yeah. And if you scroll down to their deck stats, their deck is more green than anything else, but it's only like 40, 30, 30.
Yeah, so not by a lot.
Not by a lot, I agree. So it's definitely, it's tough. I think to find like a way to sink that mana. And to me, it kind of, and actually someone in chat said, oh yeah, it's Maxilon is back. Is like your lands maybe like are a good way to filter that utility in like a War Room, right? Or a Nykthos, which they do have. But there's a lot of basics for like a pretty high like color symbol decks, like 6 forests, 3 islands, and then they do have a bunch of good fixing, which I think is good. But like, I don't see like a lot of easy ways to dump your triple greens in to make it work. Especially like they have a Field of the Dead, which I think is unbelievably like the aura of just like accidentally including a Field of the Dead. I think is very funny. It's like kind of a side project that I think will pay off occasionally, but doesn't feel like a main piece. You know what I mean?
Yes. I am actually thinking of a very common solution to this problem. I'm wondering if chat could think of it with me, or if you could think of, like, imagine having 3 green every turn, but you need it to be either white or blue. Like, what absolutely super common card do you think goes into this deck to solve that issue of having too much just green?
I mean, there's a bunch of ways to do it. Signets are a good example.
Signets is exactly the thing.
Yeah. Like, okay, that's true. So like they're playing Soul Ring, right? And Soul Ring eliminates the problem of needing the 2 colorless or the generic to play Galadriel. But I think you're saying that maybe a Signet is better there.
Yeah. I think maybe Signet is better. Just so that you can, convert out of the triple green if you really need to. Like I would imagine that every time you see a signet, you would be like, okay, nice. Like, I can kind of relax a little because that triple green is never gonna, either go wasted or go unchosen. I imagine that in the early game, well, I mean, she's 5 mana, so maybe you're not playing her too much in the early game. But like, usually you'd be going for the Scry 2 draw card as soon as possible, then going for the triple green, and then going to put a bunch of counters on your creatures if you're doing it all in one turn.
Yep. There's
and just
also
having signets kind of helps that curve out, I feel.
Yeah. There are also dual lands they have in the deck, like Rejuvenating Springs, that can tap for green or blue. I would maybe switch those to like filter lands for the other colors, or they have a total of 14 basics, which is important if you're playing like Nature's Lore effects or whatever. Oh, I guess it's not a basic, but like cards that call for just basic forests. You can probably be careful with that number and still include like 3-ish more filter lands as a way to like get around. Chat said Rogue's Passage too, which is funny. And there are artifact-based tools like Chromatic Orrery, but I even think that you could kind of solve that mana problem by just putting filter stuff like in the actual land base and just being a little more tight and aggressive with it.
Yeah.
The Nykthos.
I want to dedicate a little. Oh no, Zach, go.
I was gonna say the Nykthos in this deck is breaking my brain. Just because I don't think I'd ever consider putting one in a 3-color deck.
Yeah. Zach, I do it, and it's for exactly this reason. They're taking 2 of the greens, and they're taking a net loss to get their blue mana. Like, that's actually, like, because look at your commander. You have 1 of every pip. There's definitely a world where you're like, fuck, I need white mana, and you just go, I'll just pay the 3 green.
I'll just 2 for, yeah,
just like call it a day, which I think
I'll do it 2 for 1. You're taking the negative Catan trade just so that you can have the brick.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to put a little bit of focus onto Fairy Artisans because it was important enough to the deck that the creator listed it in the description. Step 1, if Fairy Artisans is super key to the deck, I would want more tutoring for it. Now, if it just kind of helps the deck go crazy or if it's the goofiest thing, that's great. But if it's like something that you really want to see, like it's your second commander in the deck, I would want to see a little bit more targeted tutoring for it. Second off, I think that the newly released Fallout Lucy card pairs with Fairy Artisans in a very funny way. Mostly because you can give yourself an extra copy of whatever thing you copy, and then it doesn't have that secondary effect where it goes away. But you could also give it to an opponent if it's a shitter, and then you turn the Fairy Artisan trigger, which would end up being maybe a little lame if like people are playing around it, into like, oh, okay, I'm gonna turn this lame creature that you're trying to force on me into value instead. And I think that that's like a cool, like tiny synergy with specifically Fairy Artisans.
Yeah, and they also have called out that their idea is to like blink or find another way to kind of get around that restriction on Fairy Artisans, because it's exile all other tokens created with Fairy Artisans, but what the game means is this particular one. I don't see that many instant speed ways to do it. Like I do see some proactive. So like consider your ephemerates, right? Or there's like a Pegasus that has one as well. Like in blue and white especially, there's a bunch of those. But also like you could even go more proactive with this, like a teleportation circle or a Conjurer's Closet. If you blink it in your end step, you've got a free restriction there that you can get another 1 time. Every time you go around, teleportation circle gives you like a free up, which maybe that's the move as far as value goes.
Yeah. But I do think that this deck is very good. Honestly, here's the thing. There is sort of like a sliding scale or like a ramp of decks, in my opinion, where like the stronger cards you put in, you are just going to discover more like emergent combo and value because the decks are so strong that like of course the cards are going to work together. That's what makes those cards strong. So like this, even though it's like a Galadriel value pile, is probably so thrilling to pilot because you are just generating value every time you fart and sneeze and piss and puke. Like anytime you adjust your glasses, you generated mana or 1/1 counters, and like that feels good to play, you know?
What's the elf that when it comes in you just like go find a land? It's not restoration elf. There's like a Farhaven elf, maybe. It might be Farhaven elf. So if you look at their lands, they have 35 actual lands, but it's 38 with MDFCs. Their deck is a 3 mana cost, which is not that high. They're playing some ramp as far as like sorceries and like artifacts go. Like they have Nature's Lore and they have Rampant Growth, right? In this deck, my commander says I get value when creatures come in, and also I'm focusing on blinking and token copies. I would rather play like a 3 mana elf that gets me a land, because then I can blink it when I get in trouble. And in the worst case, if I'm just copying stuff, I'll play a Steve, make another, and crack him and go find something. So I'd consider moving your ramp out of artifacts and sorceries into creatures as best you can, for this deck especially.
Yeah. Something that I think is probably very possible in the deck is setting up a combo where you're like, okay, I have a system where I can blink things, generate value off of Galadriel, blink Galadriel, she enters, I blink more stuff, then I generate the value because it's a new Galadriel, so she doesn't realize that she's already done her stuff, and then kind of looping that over and over again for even more value. To me, this feels like if you are not trying to, pull water from a stone with enough blink synergy, it's like, or I guess pull water from a stone is a wrong analogy to use. Like, you should really just be trying to wring as much value out of Galadriel as possible, at least in my mind. And I think that's very, very, very possible with more blink stuff. But this deck is amazing. This deck is so good.
I've seen so many Bant blink piles that I look at them and I go, this is the 3-hour game deck. I will be here forever. This is purgatory. I am suffering.
Yeah.
Like, this deck, I think, will be harder not to win. And like, you want to do your Fairy Artisan things, I think you will accidentally win way more times than you can do a cool Fairy Artisan thing, unless you purposely take a fall down the stairs. Like, you will just like be like, oh shit, I made 40 Ocelot Prides. I guess you're dead. Damn it.
Damn it. Fuck, not again.
Fuck.
I didn't even get to do the thing.
I need to draw my Fairy Artisan. Damn, that sucks. And like, if that's like, it's tough because it's like, you want to do the funny thing. Like you were saying earlier, you could put tutors in to go find the guy, but like, bro, it's like Mondrak and Elspeth and like anything that makes a guy that's a 1/1 token. And next thing you know, like the armies are here. And like, good deck. It's definitely a good deck.
Yeah.
Where would you rate those?
I think that if you're trying to do something super unique, I'm sorry, this deck is not going to do anything super unique. Now, is this deck going to be super fun and be super good? Yes. If you're looking for a goodness question, this deck is going to be great at 3s and maybe playable at 4s, I would even say. And I would give it a 9 just because it seems a little like unfocused, but it doesn't really have to be focused. You're playing Bant Blink super value and you're going to draw all your fucking cards. Now, if you're trying to do something super unique, the deck isn't incredibly unique, but it doesn't have to be. The deck has to be fun. I think that you did that. I think that you made a fun deck.
Yeah. I also will say, Fairy Artisan specifically says whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if you play more flicker stuff, you just flicker their guys, and then they come back into the battlefield and you do the thing again. So I think lean more into more instant speed stuff. Dude, can you imagine someone playing like a Skithrix, the hasty, something big, and they like slam it in with haste, and you go, that's cool. And then you flicker it, they don't have an attack, and you get one, and you're like, cool, thank you. And just like passive lights.
I'm already seeing the play pattern of you're playing Ocelot Pride in this deck, you're playing things that make other things, and your opponent's like, all right, I think I have this one wrapped up, and Craterhoof Behemoth. And you go, don't mind if I do.
I think I'll take one. Yeah, I think I'll take one.
I now have as many blockers as you have attackers and equal stats. Wow.
Yeah, that's just great.
Also, where's Craterhoof in this?
That would be really funny to blink. Yeah, more blink from me. I really like the deck though. Thank you for trying to win. I'll give it a. Oh, it's so close to being a 9/5. I'm gonna give it a 9 because I think that you can squeeze more value out of lands, move some ramp into creatures, and focus more on blink. It's got such a great identity. It's so close.
Yeah, I hugely agree. All right, on to the next one. Whoa. That was like a whole moment right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sad because we're doing this from home. We can't hold hands and play footsies like we usually do.
Yeah, but wait, you're at work.
Red doves, white crows.
I don't think it's on stream.
What's this?
Oh, you're right.
What's this?
Well, I already.
Korka.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Red Doves, White Crows. Nice. I think that they also submitted during the stream.
I know,
This deck says dead middle of 3. You make many zombies, sack them to drawing cards, occasionally draw my whole deck, and then the rest of the table doesn't stop me, so the game actually ends sometimes. Sometimes the deck carries, sometimes Scarab God carries, and sometimes I win off of combat damage via too many zombies.
I see a
Turn on
storm.
categories for funny titles.
I don't trust you.
Okay. Did you see what it is?
Scarab God?
Yeah. Listen, if you're playing Scarab God and Training Grounds is in the deck, this is very firmly a deck that will win the game pretty much like without playing any other cards and waiting. You just like
Training Grounds is in the deck.
Yeah, it's in the deck. And it's like
Gravecrawler, I see Rooftop Storm, I see Ashnod's, I see Exsanguinate.
You're playing a 4. Wait.
I think it depends.
Hold on. Maybe I'm wrong.
There's not a ton of tutors, so
You're only running 1 counter spell. You're actually playing a 3. You're playing 2 counter spells. You're playing 3 counter spells. You're playing a 4.
there's a bunch, yeah.
I think there's just 1 tutor though, so
yeah, Waterlogged Teachings. Yeah.
Okay.
If there were more tutors, I would say 4 for sure.
I'm looking at the category names. We have the category that says I win. Ashnod's Altar, Exsanguinate, Gravecrawler, Laboratory Maniac, Rooftop Storm. Yep, that'll do.
The stream is the wheel and the title right now.
Yep, I keep fucking up. Whoops.
How could you? Necroduality.
There we go.
Whenever a non-token zombie you control enters, create a token copy. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Look, you can make infinite combos happen by accident in this deck. Anything that includes a Gravecrawler and all the cards that Zach mentioned, like, you will win the game. It's so close to being a 4 in my opinion, actually. I don't know about dead middle. It's got a bunch of interaction. It's got infinite combos, and it's got win. I think the thing that holds it back out of 4 is, like, I don't see that much ramp. So you'll probably take a little longer to go than
Although, I do have to say, maybe I'm overjudging, because I will say that I believe that combos can be played in bracket 3, and I don't think that makes them a 4. Because if anybody removes your Ashnod's Altar, you're done. If anyone removes Rooftop Storm, you're done. Like, you have to play a regular game at that point. So, like, putting 1 or 2 or 3 haymakers in the deck does not a 4 make. So I think I over quantified. Also there's a category called Vandal Blast Bait, I guess, to play around your Ashnod's getting destroyed, and it's just all of the regular ramp cards and Explorer's Scope.
That's really funny. I agree. Infinite combo doesn't necessarily mean a 4. I think it is even actually important to have infinite combos in 3 to win the game at some point through some other like weird locks. The difference between a 3 combo and a 4 combo, in my opinion, is whether the commander is part of it. Because yes, tutors will let you find it, but you'll need time. If the commander is part of your infinite combo, you already have a piece. So like you're there, and it's so much easier to make it happen. Like if this commander had an Ashnod's effect, okay, well, then Gravecrawler is way different because it's already like a live mana generator or whatever. Now, that being said, the deck is still good, but they still found room for Doomblade based and Zombie Apocalypse based. Those not exactly bracket 4 cards.
Also, under the category The Queen, we have Liliana Dreadhorde General, and we also have a category called What the? With Consuming Aberration. We love to see that. I love Consuming Aberration.
Giving Gary some respect is something that I can appreciate. Why is there only 1 card in removal and it's Into the Royal?
I know. Like, I definitely think you need a little bit more in there, bud.
He
on.
Does have more removal. It's just not in the category. Like Doomblade, yeah, where it's just not.
Oh, yeah, it's all in Zombies Do Be Killing.
That's great.
Come on.
There's just a They Fly is hilarious.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Okay, have you
I
made
hate
it?
green, forgive me for something, and then it's Soul Ring.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, this is such an important Soul Ring deck because like you need the 2 generic every time on activation, so like you get to use it a lot. Have you made a zombies deck before?
I haven't, which is kind of crazy because I would love to.
It's such an interesting tribe because there's 2 things. What when you build a tribal deck or a kindred deck, you kind of have to think, what's my plan? And usually it's like, I'm playing a banner. I'm playing a guy that says I draw when I play the guys. And then I'm going to play 50 of the guys. They're going to be 10/10s. I'm going to run your face over.
Yep.
Zombies have an alternative win condition, which is there's a few zombie lords like Diregraph Captain that give you like baby like aristocrats effects. So Diregraph is whenever another zombie loses, target opponent or dies. Target opponent loses a life. There's a few of these like tap zombies or eat zombies effects for value. So you can like end up accidentally having a way to like drain people out. So like Scarab God is an example of that. And in this deck, that's probably what I would aim for is like making more guys. And to that end, my favorite card that just makes more guys is Army of the Damned. Not good anymore. Not good magic anymore.
But in the deck.
8 mana. Yeah. 8 mana for 13 tapped zombies means that you can't block with any of them, but it has flashback for 10 and you can do it again. So if your plan is to just have Scarab God and make 13 zombies and say pass, like if it gets back to you, you suck them for 13 and scry 13, that's not the worst.
Can you imagine? It's 2 a.m. You're playing through a 3-hour commander game. Everyone has used the removal to dismantle each other's key pieces, and you just stand up and you go, 26 zombies. And everyone's like, oh, it's 26 of them.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean,
oh man.
There's no Grave Titan, which, you know, he's obviously the best zombie.
Yeah, how weird.
But I do think that this has all the zombie enablers that I like. They found space for Army of the Damned. I think that's really cool. Their land base looks a little budgety. I mean, if that's where you're at, that's very fine. I do think that there is space for it. Like in this deck, 3-Tree City naming zombie is like infinite fucking mana because you're playing a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
I do think you can bump up the mana base, but I really like it. It's a smart zombie deck that plays Doomblade. I never see that anymore.
I think this, you know what? I came all the way back around. I think this is kind of a perfect 3.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. It's got strong cards, but then like, can you imagine a turn where you draw Zombie Apocalypse? There's no cards in your graveyard. No one's playing humans. You draw Doomblade. You're playing against mono black decks, and you go, well, fuck.
Yeah. Wow, 17 swamps is crazy, dude. Wow.
You know what's actually crazy about that? The mono black decks especially, but even 2-color, have this really big problem, which is the swamp enabling lands like Cabal Coffers, right?
Yeah.
Some of them require swamps and some of them require basic swamps. So a lot of times when you're building these decks and you're like, okay, I'm gonna put an Urza's Cave in here because I'm gonna tutor for the land that gives me mana equal number of swamps, and that like power up in mana, which is basically like Swamp Nykthos, is really good and powerful. They're playing 17 swamps and none of the lands that tap for swamp mana, and it's like, that's a bracket 3, baby. We're back in 3.
I feel like we keep finding a few like little tiny like tweak points like that I think after they fully add up, it's kind of like, okay, like you could make this deck again. It probably is something would only affect consistency, not really the power level in my mind.
Yeah, I think that's true.
But like, here's the thing. Something that I think that you have captured is sitting down at an LGS and you're like, what bracket are we playing? And everyone goes 3. And then someone says, I have a Scarab God. Everyone goes, oh, we're playing like 3 by the book 3, not 3 like haha goofy 3, which is actually 2.
No, I think they're aware of it because he says that Scarab God quickly becomes a lightning rod plus 5 zombies. Like people are like, oh, it's gotta go now.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that your opponents are like, oh, we're playing like actual 3. We're not playing 3 where I'm actually playing a 2 and just saying like, oh, it's funny that I'm not running the good cards.
Yeah. Agreed. Definitely agree.
I like this deck.
Oh, I love Master of Death. I'm looking at their sideboard just to see like kind of what they're kicking around. There's some, I agree with your choice in the sideboard. Death Baron though is really strong. I'd maybe try to find a place for it. Everything else here I've been burned by, particularly like Mikaeus the Unhallowed. It's a cool card, But I find that when you make tokens, Undying is not really that great. So I think I agree with your choice in the sideboard as well.
There are so
Leave 'em
many
there.
cards in here. There are so many cards in here that I think give the deck a very like, I don't know how to say other than like vintage vibe. Like when you play Consuming Aberration, everyone's like, huh? Or like Doomblade, or
yeah.
or like Rewind, or Army of the Damned, or Zombie Apocalypse. Like you play it and you're like, ha ha, and everyone's like, wow, that card is old and bad, but hilarious. And it's like very flavorful to have those, in my opinion.
Old and bad and hilarious is Zombie Apocalypse for sure.
Yeah.
That's such a funny card.
Drawn from Dreams.
I don't know. You're super right about having good cards. Like, is this exact? He might be right about it being the exact middle ground 3. Is it's got like you can do a Gary maybe as a Hail Mary at the end?
Yeah. I think it's cool. I really like it. I think this deck is epic.
Yeah.
You get an epic stamp. Whoosh.
What is that a 10 from you?
No, it's just epic. Yeah,
Okay,
actually, I think it is a 10. I think it's a 10.
All right. I'll Simon Cowell this one. I think it's a 9-5. And the reason being, I think it needs
9-5? Simon Cowell.
I think
Holy
it means,
shit.
Yeah,
So
listen,
cool.
you're bad. Your deck is terrible. I'm only going to dock 1 imaginary half point from it because I think that if you're playing 17 Swamps, play one of those mana enablers. It will probably push it away from exactly the thing that you said, but we're going to pretend that I'm angry at you. All right.
Do me a favor in particular. Find one cute zombie art and put it in the deck. And then when you play it and it doesn't really do anything, everyone's like, what is that? And you go, oh, this is the cute zombie. And then that's the whole, I just need that. That is the only thing I will ask of you. Are you finding a cute zombie right now, Ryan?
Nope, I was definitely not talking to him in chat. Don't worry about it.
Okay, fantastic. Perfect.
Wait. I actually wonder what Scryfall would do if you put zombie in the like type line and then hit like a
tag?
quick. Yeah, and use like a cute tag equal cute or whatever. Art equals cute.
I'm doing it.
They would do nothing. They would do nothing.
What?
Isn't there a I don't think cute's a tag. Is there what's the
It is a tag.
Yeah, it just if you search for zombie and then type cute, it literally finds nothing.
No. This is clearly not true. This is clearly not true. Give me just a moment. Just give me a moment. Just give me one moment, please.
What's the tag for like it's like sexual themes or whatever? The one we did the deck about.
There is no art cute zombie. Wizards.
No, I know.
Wizards, wake the fuck up, bro. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing, guys? Anime Stitcher Supplier. Hold on.
Oh, I'm
getting a I can't spell. Stitcher Supplier. Let's see it. Click. Where's anime? Oh yeah. Anime Stitcher Supplier. Put that shit in the deck. Number 1 job. Print it out. It's a jumpstart card. It's not even going to be that expensive. It's $1. It's $2.
Oh, that does roll. Here,
that's
chat,
freaking epic. This. Thank you, chat.
And Endless Ranks is in there. It is a good card.
Very awesome.
I didn't even know there was an Anime Stitcher Supplier.
Me
Damn,
neither.
look at that. It looks a lot like the Smothering Tithe art, actually. Except for she's got a bloody saw on an arm, so like I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, shall we go to the next one? Did you rate it?
Yes. To the next one.
On to the next one.
Oh man.
We can see the wheel.
I keep seeing the thumbnail.
Cabbage.
Yeah. Cabbage.
Hey, nice. I keep seeing the wheel and just seeing Ryan's eyeball poking out from behind.
No, that's Leonardo.
So
yeah, you would mix this up.
Yeah, Leo. Sorry, Leo.
That's true. That's true. Okay, you want to read
This got a long description. I'm here for it. I love this type of shit. It says, I wanted to see if I could make a Go Wide Creatures deck interesting and playable, so I decided to make one without creature cards. This deck is called The Factory. The only creature in the deck that isn't the commander is Summon Knights of the Round. because although it is technically a creature, the token generation on the singular card has tremendous value, and I just love the flavor of it. The basic game plan is get a few token generating artifacts, enchantments, or planeswalkers out while using the go-wide synergies of other non-creature permanents, and then start swinging out with Zurgo Bastion of Remembrance, Goblin Bombardment to drain ping out all opponents, sacrificing tokens to Astronauts while Zurgo's out, will also drain opponents, as an alternate win condition. And as an additional comment, Susur Secundi is one of my favorite lands. Secundi's nuts.
Okay.
How incredible. You want to read Zurgo?
Yeah, I will do that. Zurgo is a 3-mana 3/3, which means it's fair. It has Mobilize 1, which is whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step, and then whenever a creature token you control leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, each opponent loses 1 life. It's such a cool blend between 2 archetypes. I would say sub-archetypes of aristocrats. Aristocrats make little guys, kill little guys, drain everybody for 1 life, draw cards or do something. And 9 times out of 10, aristocrats do no combat. They sit on their ass, they make a couple 1/1s, they suck them up, they draw cards, they pass the turn. Zurgo gives you the chance and the choice to get value if you're aggressive, or to go for the finisher as an engine. And I think that's really cool. It allows you to play both an aggressive strategy as well as a combo strategy. It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, another Army of the Damned deck.
Yeah. Where would you go with Mardu tokens, by the way? Like, where's your brain at?
Oh, man. Mardu tokens? I mean, honestly, something that might be fun is just building Mobilize stuff. Like, I think Mobilize as a mechanic is fun and probably a little slept on, and kind of incremental value in a way that I really like. I don't know. I think that's tough. I mean, I guess the easy answer is like goblins.
No, that's actually kind of a good idea. That's not where I would have thought of.
What are you thinking?
Like, every copy of Elspeth says like accidentally make soldiers, which is where I would have started and where they started. So they're playing 4 Elspeths. And then they have, like, I'm seeing, first of all, Elspeth is one of them. Like the token doubling and tripling, right? Like they can't play the White God. So Elspeth is important in here. I also don't see Anointed Procession. Oh, there it is. Okay, I had my view wrong. So like they're playing Anointed Procession as well. So like they're trying to bump up the numbers. But even the older cards that make tokens, like Assemble the Legion, found a home in this deck. I bet this deck makes way too many guys.
Yeah, it probably does. I want to ask a question. What does Maskwood Nexus accomplish? Because it'll change all the creature types, but I want to know where the benefit of changing the creature types is.
I think I know what it accomplishes. I think that, have you seen the second part of Maskwood Nexus that no one ever uses?
Oh, make a guy. Wow.
I think this card reads 7 mana,
wow.
make a guy.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's really funny. Cabbage is in chat though, so please correct us if we're wrong. But I think that, I can't imagine what creature type.
Not the Elspeth files.
He says it's for making everything zombies.
For Horn of Gondor. I see.
Oh, well, okay. We get back into some synergy there as well.
Okay.
Someone said Windcrag Siege. I do really like that. For those of you who are a little older and more bitter, Outlaws Merriment was kind of like the OG Windcrag Siege. You like made one person out of a D&D party every turn, which is cool. Wow, accidentally zombies into the deck is cool.
Endless Ranks of the Dead is in there? What is Ranks of the Dead? Endless Ranks of the Dead.
It's a hard enchantment to make work if you have no zombies, because note that, let me just read it. At the beginning of your upkeep, put X 2/2 zombies onto the battlefield, where X is half the number of zombies you control rounded down. So if you have like less than, 2, you don't get zombies because it rounds down.
Yeah.
So you actually have to have a good number of zombies to make this work. Every time I played this card, I've immediately gotten board wiped, and then it has never mattered.
Yes. Very, very fair.
So It's cool to see them lending some credence with Maskwood God.
I'm not going to lie. I want to hear your thoughts on this deck, but I already know how I feel about it.
I don't want to poison them. What are you thinking?
Okay. This deck is awesome. The idea, perfection. I think the execution, the choice of commander, the choice of the cards in the deck, amazing. I really, really, really like it a lot. I have one problem with the deck.
Uh-oh.
One very small problem. This is going to be hard, but I need you to trust yourself and I need you to trust me. There is no greater feeling in the world than fully committing to the bit. I'm going to ask you to take Knights of the Round out of the deck.
Oh, no, don't do that, dude.
Because it is a creature.
It is. Well, what if he plays like something that turns it into a treasure or something? You know what I mean?
My opinion, the caveat of saying this is a no creatures tokens deck and then saying except for one is way less fun than saying this is a no creatures token deck. Like,
Your Honor, I'll give him a voice in this discussion. My client's response is I
know. I'm sorry. I know. And trust me, it doesn't make me feel good either. I know how good that card is. I've played it a lot. It's a fucking incredible card. I just can't in good conscience recommend that this deck keep a creature in it. The tab saying one when the idea is a no creatures go wide deck. Oh. I would also see if there's a way to make your commander not a creature, but that's like taking it so far that I don't know for in reason. I even have a battle in there, bro. It has synergy. Return target non-battle permanent card from graveyard to the battlefield. Creature tokens you control. That's what I'm saying.
That he can reanimate a creature, and it's like he's only got the one.
Target non-battle permanent card.
Yeah, he could pick
It doesn't
anything.
need to target a creature.
See, that's what I'm saying, Swole. But the judge is saying if you just turn it into a non-creature, that doesn't count because it's technically a creature in the deck construction phase.
Yes, that is what I am saying. Now you don't have to do what I'm asking. I'm gonna give you a 10 out of 10 regardless because this deck is a masterpiece.
Generous.
But to me, to get to 11, you take out Knights of the Round, and look, you're in Mardu. There's gonna be a plethora of options that maybe don't do it exactly the same way, but will do similar things. To me, this is kind of like saying, oh, it's a go wide no creature deck, except there's also Moonshaker Cavalry. And it's like, okay, well, let's be honest with each other, guys. Come on. Let me do some research for you. I'm going to do some research for you, all right?
I mean, there definitely are cards that he could put in here that would, like, be good to replace it. Like, sure, there's plenty of things, right? It's just like, you know, when they come for your Zitalpa, you just let them have it, okay? When they come for your veto, you just let them have it, okay? But when they come for your summon Knights of the Round and it's the last creature, are you ready to go and just give it away? I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm doing some research. I'm gonna try and give you something that is an adequate replacement.
Well, someone mentioned earlier, no Cathar's Crusade. Boy, imagine the headache of that in this.
Yeah, Cathar's Crusade is such a pain in the fucking ass, but it would be really good. Felidar Retreat doesn't do it the same way. It's much slower, but it's a bunch of tokens and it's 1/1 counters on everything. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's just that Knights of the Round gives everything indestructible forever.
That's true.
By the way, why did they print this card?
Knights of the Round, that's a great question. They don't really have any reason to print it, if I'm honest.
Oh, in your no creatures argument, this is actually a really good question from chat. What about like the Theros gods? Technically, in the deck construction phase, are they creatures? Because they don't have the devotion.
I would count them as creatures.
I think literally for
would.
every...
Not everyone would, but I would.
Good try, chat. Good try. I do,
and it's not my deck. It's not my deck. Make it how you want. Everyone should make it how they want. But if I am making this deck, I am like committing to 0 creatures as hard as I possibly can.
Okay, so the sweet spots of this deck I think are really cool. Having like a Goblin Bombardment in there, a Grave Pact in there, you're going to be causing a lot of problems. But chat finally said the thing that I would have put in. I saw the new Veggie short about endless foot assault. Have you seen it yet?
No.
You know the Adeline effect where you make a guy attacking all your opponents?
Yes.
That's what the enchantment does, except the enchantment has squad, which means that you can just make it and it's 2 mana for squad. You can just make it a bunch of times, and then you'll make like a hilarious amount of ninjas attacking every turn when you attack. It's a
That's
disgusting
really cool.
card.
Hey,
It's
Cabbage, I salute you. I salute your commitment to the bit. I salute your commitment. And there might be a better option than Felidar Retreat. There might be. It might take some time.
It's endless foot assault. It's endless foot assault.
Endless foot assault's really cool. But here's the thing: the time put into finding the card to replace Knights of the Round, that's passion, baby. That's what makes Magic magic, is what I think.
Yeah, I can link it.
I'm looking more for you. Yeah, he's gonna link, I think.
Yeah, I'll link it. It's a hilarious card. I can't even believe this shit is real. There you go. I'm trying to think of what I would say, like, I want more of in this deck. Probably
Virtue of Loyalty is really good.
That is pretty good.
It would even be similar pace to Knights of the Round, at least when it comes to power on board.
I believe that card is in the precon, yes. I think I would probably want something that draws cards. So like the Liliana Dreadhorde is good when creatures die, it draws cards. Yeah. Caretaker talent, I think, is in here too. Yeah, something along those effects, or a way to sack to draw. Or maybe even it's a creature.
All Out Assault from Tarkir Dragonstorm is an enchantment that says creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. When this enchantment enters, if it's your main phase, there is an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When you next attack this turn, untap each creature you control. That seems pretty good too.
True. Ooh, wait. Okay, Drew. I just realized what Red from the previous deck said. Well, how do you feel about vehicles in this bit?
That's tough.
That's just a car. It can be a creature.
That is just a car. I think it's just a car. I don't think that's a creature. That's a car, baby. It doesn't say creature on the... Huh?
The colorless ramp one. The colorless ramp one that goes to find the fucking Final Fantasy one.
You mean the Regalia?
Yeah, the Regalia. Thank you. Bro, Mardu needs ramp.
Regalia's great. I like that a lot.
Get your damn car. Put Zergo in the fucking hot rod. Cruise around. Check out some lands, man.
Zergo fucking chilling with sunglasses like, I'm just driving around. There's so much.
I agree with you. This deck is something special in that it has a higher concept behind it, and also the execution looks like a very fun deck to play. It's 10 for me as well.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck's Zach? Maybe knows. What's the land that gives you Exalted, Zach?
Look at Baron Step Siege as well.
Actually, we'll be back. Never mind. Scratch that from the record. I think it's Cathedral War. Scratch it from the record.
Sounds right.
Visions of Glory.
On to the next one, maybe?
Yes. Mughals Valor. Actually very similar to Knights of the Round.
Maybe you should just put more creatures in this deck. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. You have very few.
N-Hug 10.
I see you. Bracket 3-ish. Make counters. Eat counter. Make robot. Profit? Diadrine. That's funny. I haven't seen a Diadrine deck, I feel.
I don't think I have either.
Legendaries from Edge of Eternities.
Yeah. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Diadrine is an X Selesnya, so X and 2 mana, 0/1 with trample. It enters with a number of 1/1 counters on equal to the mana spent to cast it. So it means that if you cast it for more because of the commander tax, you get more counters. Whenever you attack, you may remove a 1/1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and make a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. So it's counters, drawing tokens. It's got good stuff. I'm surprised we don't see more of this, to be honest.
And you see, this is where I think Cathar's Crusade fits really well, because you get to remove the annoying ass fucking counters that are really.
Then you have a mini game. Then I would spend it's actually in the deck. The mini game of like, fuck, this guy has 1 and everyone else has 2. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna take the guys with the counters with the 2 off to make them have 1 and not have to think about it anymore. It's very funny.
Oh my gosh, have you ever seen Burke, Long Era of the Law? I've never seen this card.
Yes, it's from the battle decks that they did the Cloud and the Sephiroth 1v1s.
Did they do that for Bloomborough?
Yeah, the other one was one of the Boros mouses, I think. I've only seen it that one time when I was looking for, maybe it was for random commanders actually.
That card seems broken. Holy. It is a 1/1 counter doubler, simple as, except it's on attack. That's cool. That's cool, dude. Holy.
Yeah, I think the only downside of this boy is that it's a 6-mana chonker, but for a 6-mana chonker, you get counters when it enters, so at least if they just lightning bolt it to death or whatever, you still get something. That's nice. Yeah. Okay, look, it's Selesnya counters, right? Where are you going with this?
Oh man, Selesnya counters? I mean, if you're eating the counters, I feel like you're in a much more unique position than Selesnya counters usually is. I'm probably putting Knights of the Round in the... No, I jest.
Well, no, but here's the thing. Those are indestructible counters.
Yeah. Man, do you know how many commons you could put into this baby?
This would be like a cool budget commander. It's less than $1.
Yeah. Man, so cool. I mean, just doing stuff like in regular Naya, counter stuff decks where you're just like, I put 1/1 counters on everything, or creatures enter with 1/1 counters, and then eventually doing like, what's the Halo Fountain or some shit like that? I guess that's more tokens than counters, huh?
Oh no, you're thinking of Helix Pinnacle, I think, which is the counters one.
Yeah, Helix Pinnacle.
Hey, chat has a really good point. Where's Bristly Bill?
Oh my god, so true.
I think
you've done it again.
Yeah, we're back. Bristly Bill, we broken Bristly Bill again. Oh my god, 1/1 counters. To me, I would try to like double the counters on like one thing to the point where my calculator showed scientific notation. Bristly Bill is part of that equation because he can double counters, but they already have, like you said, Burke doubles counters, Doubling Season doubles counters. Look, I'm sorry, I gotta say the V word. Play the Vorinclex, double your counters.
Oh.
You just gotta put so many counters on something that when you attack with it, okay, let's say that you have a scientific notation level of counters and you attack with it and they go, I'm dead. You go, no, it doesn't have trample. And then just let them live and hit them with like a 10 quadrillion attack guy. Now you're up against it because your commander has trample, so you'll accidentally luck into wins, I think, a lot with this guy. But I definitely think, like, just from what I'm seeing, there's so many ways to put counters and double counters in this deck. Attacking with a 50-50 seems easy on turn like 7 or 8.
Yeah. Wow, just looking, it's like there's just so much good stuff.
Have you guys seen the maybe board?
Seen what?
No, I haven't.
The maybe board.
I'm looking through it right now.
Also, Glunch lets you put 1/1 counters on your guys.
Oh, yeah.
Glunch is a good guess.
True.
What's in the maybe board, Zach, that's sticking out to you? Is it Scurry Oak?
Did you see how many cards are in the maybe board?
So many. It's like a whole deck. It's a deck's worth.
Sorry, I was looking at the sideboard.
Yeah, no.
Okay, wait.
Is the maybe board a different deck?
No, I'm thinking that this is just cards they own that could go in that they keep track of. I've started doing this on Architect, which is when I'm making cuts or like updating the deck, rather than clicking the delete button, I move them to the maybe board so I can keep track of like where I've been. This is probably their collection, maybe.
Okay.
Wow, Arcane Signet didn't make the cut.
Neither did Soul Ring.
That's crazy.
I'm looking at Cultivate is too slow now.
Maskwood Nexus.
Oh, Hamza is a good card. Yeah. I don't know if it is. It's not.
I personally am trying to look for more ways to remove 1/1 counters to do things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of like Steelbane Hydra, Power Conduit. Let's see.
Well, there's also what is it? Diamond City. It's only shield counters. Nesting Grounds, maybe. Oh, Nesting Grounds is move a counter. Okay, I thought it was move all. Oh, fuck. What is it? Setessi?
Mindless Automaton.
There's an instant that lets you double counters.
I don't know it.
I'm thinking. Dang, I forget what it's called. Let me quickly to the Scryfall. Double counter. Solidarity of Heroes, but also Invigorating Surge will do it too. So in this deck, where you're like, it doesn't solve your eat the counters problem, but Solidarity of Heroes and Invigorating Surge are such hilarious combat tricks to pull an additional, like, I don't even know, 4, 8, 10, 12 power out of your butt.
Butt power.
Butt power. Oh, Resourceful Defense is a good card. Yeah, it's in there. The keep the counters as it goes.
I'm having a hard time finding stuff that removes 1/1 counters off of just random shit. Like, it's only off of itself.
Yeah, it's tough to do in like a Selesnya style deck, other than the ways that we've mentioned for this other couple decks, like Power Conduit. They are on the Ozolith plan though, so you can go harder with it and just like let your guys die and move around. Zach Fair does it for himself in that way, like the Ozolith.
Yes.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Have you seen Catty Bree of Mithril Hall? First strike reach 2/2. When it attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. Oh, for each equipment attached. But you probably would just be able to put 1/1 counters on it in a different way. And then for 1, you can remove all 1/1 counters from it and deal X damage to target attacking or blocking creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of counters removed. That's some cool, like, persistent removal, I feel.
Yeah. Well, if your goal is that way, right, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, which is Walking Ballista.
Yeah.
They're playing Market Back Walker, so I'm curious.
Chat
thinks that Lorwyn maybe has some stuff like that. I wasn't that plugged into Lorwyn Selesnya counters, but I'd believe it.
I think counter removal was mostly in black, but maybe Lorwyn does. I'm not sure.
Well, okay.
I am not sure.
Yeah, I'm not either. I think that this deck is a very good 1/1 counter synergy. I'm seeing a lot of the 1/1 counter stuff. I'm seeing, like, Cathar's Crusade and Doubling Season. You'll accidentally win. You'll accidentally win. I really love to see a deck that actually wants to play Terra Symbiosis, get counters, draw cards. Sphere Grid is hilarious in every deck that it goes in. And then he's just playing like great creatures like Luminous Broodmoth gives counters, brings stuff back. I see Iron Spider. I see a whole bunch. Glunch gives counters, a whole bunch of stuff. And then your main guy is just an X trample counter guy that eats stuff that draws. Yeah. Look, It's a good Selesnya counter deck. I can't find anything that I would change, with the exception of maybe a little more protection for my guys.
I was just about to say that.
Snakeskin Veil, right? 1/1 counter and hexproof.
Yeah. Where's the Jordans? Like, you got to put the J's in. Come on.
Yeah.
And put some lifelink in. Like, give it a Basilisk Collar, or give it, something like that. Come on. Or Double Strike. Like, I feel like putting in 2 equipments, putting in 3 because one of them is going to be the J's, and then 2 equipments that do like weird wacky stuff with keywords. Not weird wacky stuff, just give them keywords. And like, I think the Bristly Bill problem is going to happen to you, where people are either going to explode Diadrine or be able to block it, just because you're eating so many 1/1 counters that he's not going to end up being massive. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, just put a couple funny keywords on this guy.
Yeah, I think there's a couple ways to get there, right? Like the protections and the equipments, like you're talking about, will get you there. To me, it's I'll let my guys die and just double all the counters where I can. The halfway merriment point between those two is Sword of Hours. You remember Sword of Hours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gives you it gives the equipped creature a counter on attack, but then when they deal combat damage, you roll a d12, and then eventually your result being higher than the number of counters will let you double the counters, which is sick. Now, it doesn't let you go higher than 12, right? But at that point, you have 12 1/1 counters on a guy. Like, move it over and do it to someone else. And if you can't win the game with multiple creatures with 12 1/1 counters, you're not winning the game.
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
Oh, you know what else is really funny in this deck? Earthbending.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder, on an Earthbend land, if you remove the 1/1 counters, do they die and then explode and then come back? Surely they do.
Wait, sorry. Oh, yes, because it dies to state-based actions? Yeah,
Yeah,
the land comes back. Yeah, for sure. Thank
I
you,
imagine
chat.
that could be really funny.
I was trying to think of this card. Have you seen Gift of the Viper?
Mm-mm.
It's a 1-mana instant. Put a 1/1 counter, a reach counter, and a death touch counter on target creature. Untap it. I thought it was in black. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. But this deck could easily fall into the
comment
Earthbending trap,
from
dude.
YouTube chat. Earthbending sucks to play against, man. Yeah.
No, it's fair. No, it's
you know
fair.
what? You
Yeah,
know what?
no, it's fair.
Very
It's
correct.
fair. Yeah. I can't believe
Also,
it.
Mirror Mind Crown in this deck. Amazing. I
What's
love
it doing
that.
in here? What's it doing in here? What is
the commander makes 2/2 robots.
Yeah,
I
it
want to know what it
does.
gets attached to, though.
That's what I
Good
was thinking.
fortune
What do you put
unicorn.
it on?
Mossborn Hydra. Surely.
Can you
Iron
imagine
Spider.
a game where you put it on like an Evolution Witness or something like that, and then the Cathar's Crusade trigger happens, and then you have like 16 get things back from the graveyard? What a Selesnya headache.
Yeah. Elder Gargaroth. So cool. I really like the deck. I like it a lot. 1/1 counters is just such a. There are so many cards with 1/1 counter synergy that it is impossible to come up with a. Well, actually, what you should do is this, because holy shit, there's infinite ways that you could build. Oh my gosh, there's just too much.
Yep. I think for me it would be like lean more heavily on the doubling. If you want to go equipment, Conformer Shuriken is a good one. Sword of Ours is a good one. And then you could always go all the way to the other side, like more protection for your guys, because like Drew said, your game plan here very solid. You will win the game.
Yeah. Yep.
Any
cool? I love it.
Any ratings from the man?
Well, I assume you're not talking about me because I am a slime, but if you were referencing me, I would say, I mean, here's the thing, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the deck. It does it all. I guess if I want to be overly nitpicky, which I love, I will say I want to put 1 or 2 equipment onto Diadrine so that I can just absolutely bowl over somebody at some point. So I would give it a 9 just on not being able to do that right now.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, Ouroboros also goes into this like peanut butter and jelly.
For sure. I think that it could have some stylistic choices like we were talking about. I do think that you have a lot of basics in here. Probably could stretch those a little bit. I'll give it a 9/5 and say maybe try to get some value out of your lands. This feels like a deck where you might want to draw an emergency card with a War Room. Good thing that Rogue's Passage is in there, but I feel like there's got to be some like land value that you could extract that you're kind of leaving on the table.
I also want to say in decks like this that are green and white and have enough like big value cards to be worth it, why not play Mosswort Bridge? Like I love Mosswort Bridge. And in 1/1 counters, you are going to fulfill that condition very easily. Which I know this is like really niche, but like Mosswort's so good.
No, it's a good conversation topic because I hate Mosswort Bridge because always when I play it, I take the thing that I want in the beginning of the game, hide it, or I play it and I get the thing that I want in the end of the game, but I just got board wiped. And so to me, I'm like, fuck, this card always ruins my day. But specifically in this deck, I agree. It would be harder not to proc it, I think. So I think in this deck, I super agree. It is an awesome include, and I never play the card. So I think you're spot on.
I love Mosswort Bridge. I think it's so funny. I think the funny meter on that card alone is so good. It's just so good.
All right.
I think. Or what about you? Rating?
Yeah, I said 9/5 and squeeze some utility out of the lands.
Yeah.
Spinning. Slippy. Slippy.
Oh.
You mean the guy who made
Slippy?
You mean the guy who made Slippy?
Oh, Yes.
It's in the deck, if you guys are wondering.
You said 3 to 4.
Wow.
I'm thinking this might be a 4. Something tells
I'm thinking
me.
this might be a 4, yeah.
There's
Something tells me it might be a
of
4.
thought.
Chad, I'll clue you in on what just happened. The description says bracket 3 to 4, play sack lands from the graveyard for insane landfall value and draw a card draw from Gitrog. This is my baby, and graveyard recursion is like your favorite thing. So many additions you cut or cuts you think would be helpful. Guys, shout it out. What's the number one card that goes in this deck if you want to win the game?
Come on, guys. There's one card that goes into the big frog.
It's
we trust you. We know you can get there.
It's just
oh no,
man! If only there was a land.
Doomblade.
Yeah, Dakmor Salvage. You guys got it already.
Yeah.
Look, there's an infinite combo. Okay, the Gitrog monster is a 5-mana 6/6. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice the Gitrog monster. Unless you sacrifice a land, you may play an additional land on each of your turns, and whenever one or more lands are put into your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. So basically, you use Dakmor Salvage to go through your entire deck. It's just like a classic combo.
Yeah.
If it's in your deck, it's almost like, in my opinion, Schrodinger's like Dakmor Salvage. The times that you want to see it, you can't find it. And the times that you don't want it, it is there. And it's like, please, I just want it to exist in a permanent state of not quantum flux where I can count on it. Maybe that's not your experience, but I just don't put it in my deck, in my Gitrog decks anymore. Because I don't want the curse that is drawing into it and being like, okay. Or knowing that it's there.
I'm also seeing Zach highlight Ice Till Explorer and Glacial Chasm. Glacial Chasm.
There's a Lumra in here as well.
Oh, wow. Zurin Orb?
No, I don't think there's a Zurin Orb.
Okay. I think Zurin Orb, I mean, that card's fucking broken in the deck, but like, put it in. Put it in,
It's
you
not
little
quite
villain.
Going as infinite as it could.
This is a perfect example. We occasionally get asked about land destruction, and the answer for me is everyone needs a little. And like the lands that I always cut out of my deck is Ghostly Quarter or Ghost Quarter, right? Like those colorless lands that kill lands. You have to have something that can kill lands because this player is playing Glacial Chasm, which is a disgusting land that says that they can't attack, but they also can't receive damage. And normally that's balanced by the fact that they have to pay 2 life that scales up every turn. But with this deck, you can just sacrifice it with Gitrog and play them again from the graveyard every single turn, even after you attack. So they're not really downsides to this player. And in fact, they're drawing cards off the exchange. So you need a way to either blow it up on your timing or to exile it or get it out of there. And like without that, like this will lock, honestly, the majority of bracket 3s out of the game forever.
Yeah.
Constant miss.
What were you saying, Zach?
Constant miss.
I know.
You criminal.
I've never seen that.
God forbid,
You criminal.
Oh man, Constant is such a good card.
If I see anyone sitting down with Gitrog, I'm not playing. I'm
This
picking
guy-
up my shit.
Yeah, unless they're like, wait, no, here, look at the whole deck list, I promise. Now, here's the thing, we're looking at the deck, you have Dakmor Salvage. You might as well put in Grave Troll or whatever, and Constant Miss is here. Like, we are seeing you as a person unfolding in front of us, and something that Twitch chat has said that we just brought up is that, look, it's no secret. You're going to be mean to your table, and they should be mean back. Put Earthbending in the deck. Why do you not have a bunch of Earthbending in the deck? At this point, give up all illusion that you are trying to have a good time with the table. Put Earthbending in. After all, why shouldn't you? Is really the question. You deserve it. You've earned it after all of this. You really have. I think you've earned it. What is this Caustic Caterpillar card? Why do you have a Battle Bond common?
Caustic Caterpillar is good. It's just removal on a guy that it can come back.
Cankerbloom?
Or Jumpstart? I guess. I don't know. I feel like there's always better options.
It's if you need creature heavy removal. Like this card is very common in Muldrotha, for example. I'm just thinking, what was the green? Oh, we're not playing blue. Never mind. There's the Sultai Siege. I not gonna lie, this deck is really strong, guys. And you know what's even better is like
Boulder.
I'm looking for weaknesses in the deck. They have protection, they have removal, they have proactive combos, they have, from what I'm seeing, some ramp. I'm looking for more. They have value. I mean, like, they have tutors, like with White of the Reliquary, crop rotation. Like,
yeah,
it's a good deck.
Yep.
How much is it? Let's see. Oh, I love Death Sprout.
$1,400.
Yeah. I wonder what happens if this. I wonder if this is the cheapest printing. Let's see.
It looks like it. I don't see any crazy.
You can.
I mean, the commander can be cheaper, but like it's not going to change the.
Everything
you can
else,
click
I
like
think
a button
just...
and literally set it the cheapest prints. I forget how to do it. There's like an optimized printing button that I'm forgetting how to find. Keybinds.
It's crazy that this website is giving this a 3, because you're right. I'm looking at it and I don't see like a lot of weakness available to it.
Top left under deck name. Oh, I'm getting a spam call.
Oh, fun.
Top left under the name. Yeah.
Extras.
I thought it was under extras, but I don't. I could have sworn there was like a. No, it's not on Moxhill. I've done it on Architect for sure. I'm just like, my brain is having a moment right now. It's not that relevant. I was just curious if there were cheaper options, but I agree with you guys. They look like the cheapest options. What would you make changes to this if you're like, what do they say? They think it's a bracket 3-4. Compare this to the bracket 3-4 deck we saw. Yeah, this feels like an actual 3-4.
Yeah, I agree. I think that in comparison, this is like way closer to
extras optimized
something like that.
Printings.
I just looked there. There wasn't an
there's
extras
no...
optimized printing, but
I would say if you wanted to play this at tables where, unlike Zach, like you would get people to actually stay and play the game with you, I would say no, guys. I took out Strip Mine and Glacial Chasm and Dakmor Salvage, and now the game is playable. And people still won't play against you, but at least you're trying, which I think is worth something.
By the way, I figured out why this doesn't work. It's not our deck.
Yeah.
We can't do it. If you just clone the deck, and then you can do it.
Oh, yeah. I think that's...
So I just did it. I overwrote like 30 cards. The deck is $1,000.
Yeah.
So it is definitely an expensive deck. $1,400, no. $1,000, yes. Now, they specifically said, what would I do as I'm a graveyard do-nothing player? I think I would have a hard look at myself and what I'm doing. If it's important to you to play at a strong 4, I think it's important. But with these kinds of decks, you need to know your limitations. For example, you have Cause like Butcher of Truth in here, which I think is probably part of their plan. But when it goes to the graveyard, it shuffles your graveyard back into your library. So if you're playing like some kind of Dakmor Salvage, Cause like Butcher of Truth, like shuffle ordering loop, then yes, I think that you're there. If you're playing that, though, I think you need to be careful about playing cards like lower power end cards, like Zendikar Royal, for example. It makes a 2/2 whenever a land enters the battlefield. I think that is a good thing, and it is nice to make guys. But I feel like there are faster cards that will give you value out of your landfall than a 5-mana enchantment, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I also think that your deck, if you're playing at the 4 level, you don't have time for graveyard do nothing. Brother, my Farika deck is like, I think allegedly a 3. Shit, I barely play guys. So I'm milling all my instants. So I would be really careful and make sure that your cards have an impact speed-wise, and that also, like your Tragic Slip, if you're playing this like mill strategy, like combo mill, a lot of them feel like they're going to end up being blank hits. Consider like the double duty of what they do when they hit the yard as opposed to doing nothing. Like, yeah, you do need removal, but maybe put the removal on creatures if you can, or like other things that are easier to interact with, like what is it, Hagra Mauling or whatever. That is a kill spell and a land on the back. You know what I mean? Try to do things that are more flexible as far as double duty goes.
I also think that there are new cards that you could put in, or there's one that I'm thinking of, which is Sapling Nursery. Like that most of the time is going to be like a 4 mana, like every time you play a land, create a 3/4. Like it's just a direct upgrade to Zendikar Royal in most cases, is my assumption. Yeah, I mean Zern Orb. Come on.
So let me pose the graveyard question to you, Drew, as someone who's not frequently a Golgari grave player, but you have. What would you rather play in this deck? Splendid Reclamation or Aftermath Analyst?
Ooh, that's tough.
So
probably Aftermath Analyst, just because it does more stuff.
It does more stuff, yeah. It lets you set up earlier.
Splendid Reclamation easier to get back out of the graveyard.
Exactly. Splendid Reclamation is a 4-mana sorcery. Return all lands from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Aftermath Analyst does do that on a creature, but it's also a 2-drop first that does some milling. Honestly, I think I'd play both. And there are other cards that have similar effects, like there's a 4-mana Merfolk that's like he mills when he attacks, and then when he dies, you get them all back. I cut that guy for the 2 cards we're just talking about. Drew's right. They keep putting more new Graveyard Do stuff in here, which I like. It keeps getting wild to outclass it, but like even over like a Phyrexian Arena, like I would rather play Aftermath Analyst and just count on the card draw from the Gitrog, like seeing lands go to the graveyard and call it a day. The other thing is with decks like this, I see Terramorphic Expanse and I see Evolving Wilds. If your plan is to play stuff from the graveyard, you may want to try and squeeze in more fetches. I see Windswept Heath. That's nice. But you do have 19 basics. Without play testing, I think that I would try to find more fetches because that way I can play them out of the graveyard and get more Gitrog stuff when they go back.
Have you considered Stinkweed Imp?
Yeah, Stinkweed Imp is really good. That's true.
Golgari Grave Troll.
Yeah.
I would play Stinkweed Imp 100 times out of 100 over Golgari Grave Troll. That card is just so expensive to play.
Also, in a more serious tone, is Iridescent Vine Lasher in the deck?
I don't think so.
Because you just basically deal 2 damage to everybody whenever landfall. Like, seems pretty good.
Interesting. It's target opponent, but it has offspring. It might be a faster choice than opponent. It's still a really good point. If their plan is to do like I guess it goes to like whether it's closer to a 3 than a 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Elemental Teachings is a wild card. I don't think it's in here, but it's got the sorcery problem, right? Which is it lets you tutor for lands. I think it's the 5-mana Avatar one, if I'm remembering correctly. Hold on. It's the 5-mana. It is.
Okay.
World Shaper is the Merfolk. Thank you. Head Shredder is definitely in. I couldn't find any of the like staples that like make this stuff run that wasn't in here, with the exception of Aftermath Analyst.
I do feel like 3 to 4 is exactly where this sits. It feels like it's too strong for a 3, but too weak for a 4.
I agree. Does feel that way.
But also, it's like it's Gitrog Monster Dakmor, and there is like a Shuffle Titan.
Yeah.
Like it will just win games at any bracket because that's how it works. Now, will it always do it? Maybe not, but like, it's good.
Hey, I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm looking at EDH Rec right now. It just recommended me Oblivion Crown, which is a 2-mana aura with flash that has enchanted creature has discard a card. This creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Hey, that seems pretty good on a big frog.
No, it's more than that. It's because whenever one or more lands are put into your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card, you discard lands.
Yeah, I know.
Or Golgari.
It's really good.
You're just drawing infinitely and then giving him infinite pumping. You're pumping this frog. Gross.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready to give it a rating. This is a fascinating deck to me because I would never build 3.5 bracket.
Yeah.
It has cards that are foreign to me, but they are the correct cards. I'll go 9-5 because I think the thing that might change the outcome of this deck is getting to replay fetches out of your graveyard. You do only need 1, but there aren't that many in the deck. There's like 4. So if you don't see one, you might get stuck in the mid game. That's my thought.
I am going to give the deck an 8 because I think that you need to worry less about fighting between bracket 2 and 3, or not 2, between bracket 3 and 4. You should just make the push to 4. Maybe I'm assuming too much, but looking at the deck, price is not an issue, at least when it comes to, getting cards to fill it out, not like great printings or whatever. And it looks like you want to play a powerful game. You just are trying to keep it down weight so that it can play more commonly, or more often, which I think is fine. But my recommendation, which maybe is costly or, hoity-toity, or I don't know what you would fucking call it, I would make another deck. I would just make a different deck that plays at a solid 3, that doesn't have the crazy cool combos, and then have one that plays at a solid 4. And maybe if you're printing cards, that's really easy to say. But like, I used to have 2 Necrobloom decks for exactly that reason.
I could see a world where they would end up wanting this if all of their opponents were playing 3/5s. Like a Grand Arbiter 3/5, this is fine. You're playing a fine deck against that. But like, it's a lot harder to match up your deck when you're like, it's somewhere between a 3 and a 4, and then someone sits down with like Rakdos, like dragons, and they're like, I don't really know what that means, and it's tougher. So 2 decks is a good solution too.
Or even this, I bet you we could come up with a list of 10 cards in this deck that, if removed, would make it a solid 3 instead of a 3/5, and like just keep like a card packet in a sealed thing and be like, oh look, I found these cards, and then you slot them in if you want to play down power, and then slot the other ones in if you want to play up power. Because I think that this has an identity crisis.
Well, that's a fair point. I think if you pick 10 cards, you could bring this down to a 2.
Yeah, you could. You really could.
I've always liked the idea of having like you're saying, the card packet just to swap in and out. I think that's really cool. I've seen people do it. It's very clever. It's very budget conscious, especially if you're not printing cards. And so it makes sense. Happy birthday, Chatter.
Yes.
You're having a good day.
Happy birthday.
9-5 for me, and then you said 8. I think you have very, very valid concerns. Yeah. Or not concerns, excuse me. Critiques.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Spinning.
On to the next. What are we thinking, gang? How many more do we have in the tank?
I think you could do like 3 more.
3 more? I'm down.
I think 3 is a perfect number.
Denki.
Oh, Denki. So Parrot, thank you for the remembership, and asked a good question that I saw as a comment on our most recent custom commander video. I didn't know this, but Architect apparently lets you put the custom card in the deck list.
Whoa, that's cool.
That's new tech for me. We haven't done it yet. I'll try it. I have no idea.
That's cool. Probably worth doing, to be honest.
Okay. Ooh.
All right, Denki, if that is your real name.
Interesting.
Death Toll. Oh, it's a winter deck, dude. Golgari.
Yeah.
Man, we're in Ryan's cut.
This was a card that got skipped because Duskmourn was like such a blink. You know what I mean? That shit was so fast. Like, I think we saw Winter be played like one time, and maybe it was Zach. Zach, did you play a Winter deck at one point?
We played the Precon game, and I played Winter, I think.
That makes sense.
Also, we played against CGB playing the Creekmaw, which it was just the Winter deck, but with Creekmaw Pilot.
So 2, but I feel like it might be a 3, they say. It's a 4-mana 2/5 yawn, but it has Death Touch. Okay, not bad. And whenever they attack mill 3, they also have Delirium. And at the beginning of your end step, you may exile any number of cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types among them. If you do, put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with a finality counter. So off the rip, you're looking for cards with multiple types, like enchantment creatures or artifact creatures or something like that to qualify for all of this stuff.
Yeah.
30 fucking 6 creatures, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
There's a lot of recursion in the deck.
And there's a lot of planeswalkers too.
I'm not sure how I feel about recursion in the deck. I mean, obviously it's going to be
highlight
good.
a card.
Golgari.
Like what card?
Like even adding something like Virtue of Persistence. Like, it gets something out of your deck every turn, or out of your yard every turn. Like, yeah, I think that's good. I guess in my mind, I'm wanting to push Winter as far as possible. And so what I would do instead is just dump all of my cards into my graveyard and just have pick of the litter when it comes to exiling things to get things back. Now,
This
maybe
is a
that is
particular. Well,
maybe
hold
that
on.
just
This is
isn't
a
good enough.
particular Winter problem, which is that Delirium and the way that things were removed and brought back, they have to be permanents. The entire reason this person is playing Virtue of Persistence is because it is a removal spell on an enchantment.
Yeah.
Because they're playing the adventure, but just so that Winter can get the card back out of the graveyard rather than playing like a murder.
Adventures go into exile.
Yeah.
They do. I understand they do, but you're milling cards in this deck, and when you mill an instant, you can't get it back.
Yeah.
But if Virtue of Persistence goes to the graveyard, you can exile.
That's what you mean.
I
Yeah.
understand.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
I understand.
So that's the reason cards like this exist in the deck. That's like the number one thing. Because if you look, they have 3 instants. Yeah, they're instants, but they're lands on the back. And they have 2 sorceries. Yeah, they're sorceries, but they're lands on the back. So if they draw them, they become lands, is what their plan.
I understand. Sorry, I'm coming down from the double caffeine I've had today.
How does that work with NBFCs? Do they count for lands
I don't think
on
it
the
counts.
back?
I don't think so.
Not in the yard. They count as the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they won't be able to play them as permanents.
Yeah, but I agree. If you're playing Delirium, you want to double up or triple up on as many card types.
Yeah.
This is closer to Graveyard Do Nothing than the last one. I'm seeing Deadbridge Chant. I'm seeing Undergrowth Recon.
Definitely does nothing better.
About. Yeah, as far as like your call out of Virtue Persistence, I agree. They're on kind of this colossal Grave Reaver plan, which is like we're putting shit in, we're getting shit out, we're putting shit in, we're getting shit out. I do actually, interestingly enough, see Ice Tail and Lumira in this deck. So like there are good cards. Same with 6, but let's put it this way. This deck plays a Vengeful Pharaoh. The last deck did not play a Vengeful Pharaoh.
They're a student of House Ryan for sure.
Yeah, I do see it and I appreciate it, but it's kind of funny. I think I'm realizing my own identity crisis. I would call my cards a bracket 2.5 on a good day.
Yeah.
So, it's nice to see Lumira in here, but I think that the more Ryan cards you play, the closer you are to a 3 or maybe even a 2 you are.
I'm gonna tell you
about Cosmogoyf.
Well, Cosmogoyf in the deck is really good. He kind of turns it into something that's powerful. I have to say though, I have a big problem with the deck, and it's the commander. I just don't like Winter. I don't like him. If I'm playing Graveyard in Golgari, what I want to do is put stuff in, take stuff out, put stuff in, take stuff out. If my shit gets removed, it doesn't matter. I put it back onto the battlefield anyway. Winter specifically says when stuff goes into the graveyard, I exile it myself, and when I bring it back, you exile it for no extra cost. It feels so bad. Like, maybe it doesn't play bad, but reading it is just like, why would I play this over anything else?
It's a fair critique, and the answer to why you would play it over anything else is that I think this was like a Wizards design experiment. It technically does all the things you want from a graveyard commander better than other people because it's a guy that's hard to kill. It does the milling and it brings stuff back. And I kind of think from a design perspective, they were like, that's too good. Let's maybe put some restrictions. You might be right. 1 too many restrictions because you got to play the game already with Delirium and card types. Also, they come back with a finality counter. So it does feel like, damn, that's a lot of handcuffing on a card that almost does everything you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what might change it in my opinion? What if this guy was a 3-drop 1/4 Death Touch?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a little better. But like, just the idea of exiling makes me sad is really what it is.
That's fair. I think that if we had more Cosmogoyf effects, it would be way cooler though.
Yes.
Something that bridges the gap.
If you could take advantage of the cards in exile, this would be a really cool sub archetype of this. But then it doesn't exist.
There's a couple cards that do it in colorless. Some Eldrazi like ingest cards will do it as well. Most of them care about your opponent's exile though, so it's not quite that easy. Maybe a world where we get there. Like guys, we're gonna see Eldrazi again at some point, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I think from what I can see, I'm looking through their creatures. I see artifact creatures. I see enchantment creatures. The Planeswalkers is an interesting touch because they're all just good cards that aren't necessarily like, perfect choices here. I think they're mostly playing them for value and strength, which I understand. Like the worst case scenario for this deck is on 4, you play Winter. He's a 2/5 with Death Touch. You play a 5-drop Planeswalker and say, fuck you. Like, I mean, what are they going to do? Attack him?
Yeah.
I think that this deck will get the Winter thing done. But also, I agree. Like, at some point, you've cannibalized all of your resources,
Yeah, I honestly, the deck probably plays fine. It just is like me envisioning exiling my own stuff just makes me feel bad. It just makes me feel bad.
Okay, so Danky on Twitch is saying they have so much mill in the deck they almost never miss Winter triggers, which is cool that you're still getting the value. And the Planeswalkers are mostly there to trigger Delirium because they need to spread out the card types. There also is removal on them, but it strikes me as a well thought out deck. That, like Drew was saying earlier, you got some pretty tight lanes you got to stay in to make this work. So it's kind of interesting to me that he's forced to play Planeswalkers to make the Delirium work, but the balance seems there. Like, did you notice 11 enchantments, 11 Planeswalkers? Like, clearly they are trying to make it work.
Something that I think I'm realizing right now, I should play the deck. Because I imagine if I played the deck, it would run and I would not feel bad. I imagine if I played the deck, everything would be okay. And Winter, something that I guess will help reframe my mind, imagine Winter as just a Shieldred. Like, it just reanimates something of yours every turn. But it does it the turn that it comes down. That I can get behind. I can get behind that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think your hesitation there is just the finality counter, right? Because if there's no gas left in the tank, you're fucked. So it's all about making sure that you've dumped in enough. So I think that's cool. I would say some similar stuff from the last deck, Aftermath Analyst, for example. I also see Deadbridge Chant, which is awesome. It's a 6-mana enchantment that mills 10 and gets stuff back. I love that card. Just as long as you've played the deck and you think that you have enough gas in your graveyard to keep up the triggers is the secret sauce of the deck. If you don't, you need more mill, but it sounds like it's doing okay.
Hold on. I'm pulling something out of this that I don't think any of us saw.
Okay.
This is a deck review stream and we're reviewing this deck, but I think that I've derived a more multifaceted result from this specific experience.
Okay, you've evolved.
Ryan, why are you not putting Wondrous Crucible into all of your graveyard do nothing decks?
Oh, Wondrous Crucible is a really cool card. The answer is because it costs fucking 7 mana. And
that's
most
perfect
of the
for you, Ryan.
a couple of things. Most of the Reanimator effects that exist in Golgari are creature. And all of my ramp ends up sucking and getting milled, and I get stuck between 5 and 6 mana. And I look at the card and I go, huh. And that's it. I just look at it all game. This deck specifically puts permanents from the graveyard to the battlefield. It's perfect for this. I just can never make it work in mine. I just can't. I've tried. It's just so close.
It feels so Ryan though, because it's like you're putting all of your big boomy, instants and sorceries away, and this helps solve the problem. For anyone who isn't aware, Wondrous Crucible says at the beginning of your end step, mill 2 cards and exile a non-land card at random from your graveyard. Copy it, cast the copy without paying its mana cost, and then permanents you control upward 2. But that doesn't really fucking matter because it gives your instants and sorceries a new life, which I think is so cool.
And generally, permanents you control have ward 2. Pretty good effect. Not bad at all.
I feel like it's very fitting.
It is very fitting. I never get past 5 or 6 mana in those decks because Ryan's favorite ramp package is Cultivate. Every card that has a Cultivate effect, I play, and I cut them all out of those decks because I was so tired of being like, oh, I mill a Cultivate, a Farseek, and a fucking Rampant Growth. Pass. So It's like, it's so close. You know what card would maybe help me get there, which this amazing deck builder has included, Mr. Denki Fox? Soul Ring is really good for getting to 7 generic mana.
What? No, that card probably sucks ass.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ring
No,
of
but you're right.
Souls?
It's a great card. It's a great card.
I'm curious about something.
What do
How
you got?
often do you get mana screwed playing this deck? Because there's only 30 lands, and you're playing mill. Which
It's 35 with MDFC, but that's a fair point.
And to another point, like, where's the fetch lands? Even just like Evolving Wilds. It's like such an easy include because you hit a card type.
Just to
That's
help
true.
fit in Delirium, you know, and
Yeah, no,
it just
makes a lot
does
of
everything
sense.
you want it to.
Yeah, so a couple of things. Fetch lands, great for getting the Delirium. I agree. YouTube chat has identified how I fixed the problem, which is Life from the Loam. All you need is a fetch land and Life from the Loam, which is a sorcery that has dredge, and you can continuously get it back and hit your lands every turn. It's a little slow. In this deck case specifically, it says that you can put permanent cards onto the battlefield. So if you've managed to play Winter, you can at least get there. After that, it's going to suck, but you can play your lands or your ramp from graveyard in that way. But I agree with you. I do think it definitely needs fetches just to dump them in the graveyard and call it a day. Like, no argument after that.
Oh, there's a Verdant. Oh, I missed that one.
So Denki's point is they can't play them because look at how tight their basic lands are.
Yeah, but you can run more of the... I assume budget's not an issue if there's a Bayou in this deck.
Yeah.
Like, just run any of the...
What do you mean? Bayou says it's free. Do you see the price? Hover over the price.
That's true.
Card.
It costs nothing.
It's a free card. It's a free card.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
that. But I mean, like, you can fetch Bayou, you can fetch... what is it?
Shocks.
The Shocks, you can fetch the Surveil, you can fetch the Vernal
You're saying
Fen.
play the fetches that will go to get the non-basic stuff. Like
Yeah.
You don't have to run Evolving Wilds.
You can put Misty Rainforest in. You can put...
They have a Verdant Catacombs, but that's true that there are other choices. They can play off-color ones that go find a forest or whatever.
Denki, I need you to explain why Ugin the Spirit Dragon is in the deck. I don't feel that it is necessary.
Earlier
it seems unnecessarily mean.
Earlier they said it's for removal and delirium, which I think I understand if you need to do something. I guess let me defend the guy. What planeswalker would you put in its case? Because I do think that there are other ones. I'm just curious.
I don't know if I would put in another planeswalker. Maybe I'm not thinking deliriously enough because
fair.
I haven't played a deck with Delirium, so I don't understand that restriction. It just seems like Ugin the Spirit Dragon is like super mean in a deck of cards that are like, very reasonable.
I think you're being narrow-minded. Why stop at Planeswalkers? Put a battle in.
Yeah, put battles in.
Okay, that's based. Hey, why don't they have more battle planeswalkers? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something that they should
Enchantment lands. I saw Valgavoth Slayer being brought up.
True.
I'm trying to think if there's a low-costed planeswalker or two that would fit nicely into this deck. Maybe something from War of the Spark. Like there's a Vraska from War of the Spark that makes guys that's probably not that good. There's probably a Nissa or two that would be good. Nothing that I can think of off the top of my head that would be really good. Battles are very clunky to you. Brother, battles are not very clunky to you. Battles are very clunky to everyone. That's a universal Magic experience. Oh, man.
Hold on.
Okay.
The correct list of card types that you can check for in your graveyard are Artifact, Battle, Creature, Enchantment, Instant, Land, Planeswalker, Sorcery, and Kindred.
Oh, yeah.
Put Kindred.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Get a bunch of them for some reason. Yeah, battles are clunky and Kindred don't make sense. I think this deck is great.
I think it's good too. I do think that there is some room that flexes. I think Fetches is a great example. One mistake that I was making when I was playing decks like this. Look at let's go with Undergrowth Stadium, okay? Undergrowth Stadium, in my opinion, is the best of the dual lands with the exception of the OG Bayou and stuff because you're always going to have 2 or more opponents unless it's like the very end of the game in a one-on-one. In decks that you are having problems like figuring out your land base or whatever, if it's a 2-color deck, you don't even need to play this. A swamp is fine here. It's fine. If it's just a dual land in a 2-color deck, you probably don't need it. Like, I would rather take this out, put a basic, and then cut another version of this that's worse, like maybe Tainted Wood, and then play a fetch in that slot. Because, like, you're going to play, what, at most, a card with 2 pips of a color, like Angel of Suffering. You don't need that much fixing. Like, I'd say 7 times out of 10, any mana can be spent in any way in a 2-color strategy. I was looking at my list where I would just start typing, all the dual lands in like Golgari, and then I would have 27 lands that did nothing other than tap for 2 colors. And like, fine. Like Command Tower, for example, cool, dual land. But you can get away with playing half of these, put basics in, and then explore more with like the utility of those lands, I think, in my opinion. That's kind of one thing that I did to upgrade my like land-based game, is to get more out of it.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
I think I know where
Tribal is what it was.
I think I know where I belong. Where
all right, where you at?
I still don't like the commander, but I do see the vision. Pharopede. I do see the vision. I think that this deck, honestly, probably I would rate like a 9.
Oh, that's good.
I don't think I see much wrong with it, actually. I think it's pretty creative and pretty well thought out. I might even give it a 10. I guess I just don't understand where it can go or where it came from, Cotton Eye Joe. Like,
I think what you're saying is if someone is holding a gun to your head and said, you must play Winter Cynical Opportunist, this is the rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but if you were playing just a Golgari dredge deck, this would not be the similar rating.
Yeah, if I was like, okay, I want to make a Golgari Reanimator deck. Every time that I look at Winter, I would be like, well, definitely not playing this. And then I would move on and I would pick something else. But now that this is put in front of me on a plate with a fork and a knife and it's heated up and I have a bib on and everyone around me is saying happy birthday, I'm looking at the plate and I'm saying, okay, I think I could eat this. I guess I could. It doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty good, actually.
You said 9?
I think I would give it a 9, yeah.
I will also give it a 9. I think that there are some choices that sharpen up. Like, for example, Court of Garenbrig. It's a 3-mana enchantment, and when it enters the battlefield, you become a monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, distribute 2 1/1 counters. Then if you're the monarch, double the number of 1/1 counters in each creature you control. This is an enchantment. I think it does something, and it's cool. It introduces the monarch, and it's fun. If this is a stylistic choice because you want to play monarchy stuff, this is the advice that I'm giving you, completely irrelevant. But I definitely think in the enchantment slot, especially in Golgari, there's a million other things that do cool stuff. I would almost rather play like a Phyrexian Arena over a Court of Garenbrig, because that at least keeps me going and moving things along. I think that this is kind of like an offshoot of a strategy. Or like a Ripples of Undeath, for example, something that actually like mills me or whatever. So if your plan is the winter plan, I think that there are other choices for like the Court of Garenbrig, maybe a Court of Bounty, I know it's a free creature or whatever, that make a difference. And I think that the land base, you probably don't need quite so many dual lands. Put stuff in that does stuff, like fetch lands helps you get to your dredge your delirium faster. That's my 2 pieces of advice. Otherwise, I love the do nothing graveyard cards in here. I think you've chosen great ones.
Gaia Reach Sanitarium, I feel like fits so good.
Yeah, that's an example of a really cool utility card. I very rarely activate it, but the games that I need to.
Yeah, and it's like super good. You're always like, fuck, I can't do this one thing, and you're like, oh my gosh, Gaia Reach actually like 1 in every 20 games, Gaia Reach Sanitarium. You're just like 1 in every 20 games, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that this is here because it lets me get delirium or whatever,
Here, I'll show you. Well, the cool thing about Gaia too is that it's technically a draw card, so I've used it to trigger dredge at instant speed.
Yeah.
Super cool, super cool. And they did say, by the way, for the record in the VOD, that they are just a big fan of the court cards based. Monarchy is very fun. All right.
Yeah.
And then
I think we have 2 more decks.
Yes.
Oh shit, guys, we have to finish by 7 because there's a new box brawl coming out.
True.
Oh my gosh! All right, then speed. We can speed on the last 2.
Silly Goober.
Amazing
Yahoo!
username. Amazing. It's one of the first submitted decks.
Oh, wow.
Definitionally a 2, but it kind of cranks.
Oh.
0
Oh,
removal,
no.
because that's for people who are cringe. 50
Oh
lands.
my god.
All landfall. Help me add cheap landfall heaters or things that make me discard to 0 faster and easier, so the loop isn't lost when I'm forced to draw a single card. It is.
I think you have a lot of opinions of the Flubs card. I think Zach too, right? Like I want
Yes.
you guys to give your perspective on this card.
Oh my god.
I think Flubs is such a cool commander, and I think he also suffers from this, like, the Golgari problem, or Get Rog monster.
Get Rog.
Or like Kalia. Like, if someone's sitting down with Flubs, I don't trust you. You're about to do some bullshit.
Yep. How?
Guys, there's 50 lands in the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they're almost
They're all
basics.
I don't know
This deck above every other deck I've ever seen needs the Borborygmos that turns lands into lightning bolts.
Oh my god.
Because you just play them out of your hand for free and throw them at your opponent. There's 50 fucking lands. It turns them all into lightning bolt. I don't need multicolored lands, he says.
This is so funny.
I play 5 lands a turn.
Wow.
You said definitionally a 2. It might be a 1. If there's 50 lands in the deck.
Get out of here. That's so fucking funny.
Oh my god.
Okay. How does this deck win? This particular deck win, you guys think?
What the fuck even is this, dude?
I want to know what your play group looks like.
People, literally, Parrot says, I've played against this. Ask the people that play against it in Discord. It cranks, is what people are saying.
Oh my god.
I think the answer is Landfall. I see a Marag, I see a Zendikars Royal, and a few other things that, like, an Omnath.
Yeah, it's landfall, but it's like, okay, everybody, drop your mandated 2 tabs of acid, and now we will start our commander game. What are we looking at?
Bro, if they live that long, turn 3, Flubs comes out with Tifa Lockhart on the board. If he can play 4 lands, someone's just fucking dead.
Oh my god.
They're just dead. Like, I just don't understand.
No.
I think the biggest problem with this deck, like you guys have been saying, is like when you construct decks like with Flubs of the Fool, you don't know if you're playing against like a fucking surgical precision nuke or like a junk pile that's funny. I actually think this is even worse. This deck contains both of those extremes. I think that you can die so fast in this deck. And then other games, like you're going to have an opening hand that can get like stuff going, but then you'll draw 17 mountains and islands in a row. And like, cool, like you'll draw those cards, but like you got to keep doing it.
I have to be honest.
Crazy.
I don't want to help you. I don't want to help you with this deck. I don't want to. I think I might damage myself in some way for helping you.
Are you guys familiar with the card Kudzu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in here.
Zach, what does Kudzu do?
When target land becomes tapped, it is destroyed. Unless that was the last land in play, Kudzu is not discarded. Instead, the player whose land was just destroyed might place it on any other land in play.
Oh.
I've seen enough. 10 out of 10. All right, chat. We could go to the next one.
No. Hold on. I actually want to do something because I see like Summer Bloom, which I think is cool, and I imagine that there are more copies of, play extra land on an instant in this. Maybe not, but maybe. Tectonic Split. Nope, that's an enchantment. I'm wondering if there's a way that you could like basically replay Summer Bloom infinitely using Pinnacle Monk.
There definitely is a way to. There definitely is a way to combo it for sure.
0 instants, 1 sorcery. Incredible.
Yep.
I'm looking for a particular card. Give me a sec. Oh, I found it. Famished World Sire. You guys remember Famished World Sire?
Yes.
Famished
Yes, I do.
Worldsire is an 8 mana 0/0 with Ward 3 and Devour Land 3, which means that as it enters, you may sacrifice any number of lands. It enters with 3 times that many 1/1 counters. But when it enters, look at the top X cards of your library. X is the creature's power. Put any number of lands from among them onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle. It does so many things that you want in this deck. It lets you turn your 50 lands into a 150 with fucking Ward. And it lets you proc a gajillion amount of landfalls at once when you're ready to go for the win. Like, let's say you have a Mirage on the board. If you devour, let's just say, I don't know, 10 lands, it comes in with 30 power. You look at 30 cards and play every land there and get combats for all of those.
Yeah. I'm also getting help from chat. Adian Alexander, Pinnacle Monk plus Springheart and Tuco is Summer Bloom spam. So yeah, huge. And I think that there was something else that I saw that I really I miss my brain emptied the moment. Oh, my brain is so empty.
Well, while you're thinking,
Zeldinched.
Oh yeah, is that not in here?
Oh,
yeah,
Zeldinched. Yeah.
Zeldinched is a good ad, I think.
Oh, the only thing about Zeldinched is he picks a land at the end of turn, right?
Oh, and you want 0 cards in hand? That's true.
Well, maybe that won't matter because like you just play the land next turn.
Or you could find some way of having an infinite discard outlet. I'm sure Red has. Red and Green probably has that.
Yeah, he's saying I had him, but he put stuff in hand.
Yeah.
You know what this deck unironically might need is like a way to fucking shuffle your graveyard back into your library, like an immortality elixir or whatever, like any of the blue spells that you can. Oh, isn't there a blue from graveyard you can flash it back to shuffle your graveyard in? Was it Walk Between Worlds or Walk for Eons or whatever? There's something that you can play once or twice, either once with flat. Wait, you played it. It was the wheel in maybe the 3-color artifact deck, Drew. You played a wheel that let us shuffle our graveyards in.
Echo of Eons?
Oh yeah.
That's in blue though. Maybe. Oh, but it is blue. Echo of Eons. Yeah, that would work.
He's just not playing. Yeah, because I'm thinking there's a world where you're gonna end up playing like fucking all of your cards, and then like, what do you do at that point? Because you're out of lands. Like, when you're playing these like wheel strategies, there's times where you see your coolest thing just go bye-bye, and you're like, well, that sucks. And the cool thing about Echo of Eons, there's a couple other cards that do it. This card, you're only really gonna want to cast it once a game. Maybe you want to cast it too if you have a bad hand or whatever, but this is a safety net for your 50 land insanity where you can say, okay, man, if I lose my coolest thing, I know that I'll get it back eventually with Echo of Eons. That's fine. And then you can shuffle it all back in and do it again if you want. Aquamoeba is an infinite discard outlet for free. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, look at that. That's good.
There's a deck. I don't remember if it was modern, but the idea is you just like draw through your whole deck, and then you could play an extra turn spell and then shuffle it back into your library. I'm wondering if there is some way you could do that with Flubs and just constantly like shuffle that card in and just take infinite turns.
You're talking about Nexus of Fate,
which still exists, Nexus.
And you can play it. So all you would have to do is find a way to get rid of your entire deck, which I think you very easily could do in this strategy, because Nexus of Fate puts itself back in your deck. So you super definitely could go infinite turns with this if you really wanted to. This goes maybe against our magicratic oath of suggesting things to our audience that are definitively evil and have no upside, I think. He says infinites are cringe.
Infinites are cringe. Okay.
I think that if something that you said is that having an even amount of cards in your hand in a turn is like a super killer. Someone in chat said doing the backside of Bergie, also like Ghostly Pilferer. Just any way to discard cards basically whenever you want for free, I feel like would be a big help. You know, maybe it doesn't go infinite. Ooh, be afraid. But I don't think it would go infinite, but like it probably would be worth trying to do just so that you don't brick in that, way.
Well, you know what would help?
Ayula's influence.
Yeah, true. You know what would help then in that case is a couple. I know you love your basic lands. Okay, I know you love your basic lands. All right. But imagine just a few lands that would let you draw one card to keep yourself off of the dead pile, like War Room or whatever. I'm sorry, I know it's not a basic land, but like
Wild Mongrel.
It's like whatever.
That's not me calling you a Wild Mongrel. There's a card called that lets you discard a card. I'm gonna use the restroom really quickly.
Okay.
Seismic Assault. Cool.
Go ahead. Adian Alexander brings up a really good point, which is that you cast it and draw a card before it resolves, so you can't infinite Nexus of Fate. That's true, but there are ways to avoid milling out like a lab man. There's less like definitive ways to do it. There's like a Sphinx that says if you would draw cards out of your library and you would like basically have none left, it gets counters. Those are strategies that exist. I guarantee you they're not in this deck right now because I feel like this deck is beep, beep, no blue. But it is like, if that's something you wanted to do, you could make it happen in these colors. It does exist. Chat over on Twitch also talked about cards that if they hit your graveyard, and I think I even saw somebody talk about the Eldrazi Titans, you get to shuffle back in. I don't think this is quite going that direction, but like Gaia's blessing effects or whatever do maybe make sense. I think that you're playing blue, so that in that case, you're fine to just like let her rip. I don't even know, like if you're going for landfall, by the way, depending on how many you have, I really like Zendikar Royal Effects. There's an equipment called, maybe it's like Adventurer's Gear or something like that, where when land comes in, the creature that it's equipped to gets 2/2. I think that's cool. Then I know. Oh, bro, you're playing 15 mountains. This is maybe even a Valakut situation. Like it's not landfall. I know it's not a basic. Zach, don't tell him. Okay, he can't. Don't worry about it. I know it's not a basic, but what it does do is make your basic lands do damage. That. It's not a what? He doesn't understand the word basic. He doesn't. I didn't hear the magic words.
Here's what I have to say.
Okay, go ahead.
0 instance, 1 sorcery. You're basically playing a permanence deck. Get rid of Summer Bloom. Put in Azusa instead. It basically does the same thing.
Yeah, we're in exploration, right?
Yeah. Just go all permanents.
Oh, you know, there's a fuck. Actually, there is a really good card. What's the little girl scientist lady from Dustmourn? Zimone, thank you. There's another Zimone printing. No, not this one. Hold on.
Oh, you want it to be a 4?
Yeah. Zimone Quandrix Prodigy. Have you guys seen this card?
Mm-hmm.
She's a 2-mana 1/2. Tap and pay 1. Put a land from your hand on the battlefield. Or 4 and tap. Draw a card. If you control 8 or more lands, draw 2 cards instead. So she's an early like ramper, but in this deck it's double duty because you can use her to control the number of cards in your hand. And on top of that, like she actually does have a draw that will +2 you instead of +1ing you, or +1 you at different land values. It seems like a cool way to either get some more ramp or play some like more cards, as well as like fix a number of cards in here, which is kind of cool. Why are we laughing at the word duty? Is that a funny word?
Come on,
yeah,
guys.
It is. Yeah,
come on, guys. It's just duty.
It is.
Also, am I going crazy? Do you not have Azusa Lost But Seeking?
No.
That's what Zach
I
was
said
saying.
replace Summer Bloom with
Azusa.
Azusa, and then it's all permanents.
Yeah. Yeah, that's freaking epic.
Yeah, but Summer Bloom, guys.
That's true.
Yeah, I kind of like Summer Bloom in a way. I honestly would just put both. Like, I don't see any reason not to.
I feel like Ashaya should.
Well, they can't cut any lands at this point. They need those lands.
Definitely don't cut lands. They're necessary. That's how you play the game.
Put Ashaya.
What an amazing deck! What an amazing deck!
Yeah, very, very, very good.
What about genuinely Borborygmos is like the #1 card that I would add for sure with 50 lands.
Yeah, I think that's good. There was a enchantment I was thinking of. Sylvan Library? Just to control the amount of cards that you're getting. I don't know if it's good or bad, but you can get some control.
Oh, wait. Oh, this is actually such a good deck. Have you seen Treasure Hunt?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Treasure Hunt is actually so funny in this deck.
Yeah.
It's a 2-mana blue sorcery. It says reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card, then put all cards revealed this way into your hand. It might let you draw 40 lands.
It's real good.
The only problem with Treasure Hunt is that it's a sorcery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
know. Not
know.
a permanent. But honestly, I think that you keep Season of Bloom. Or Summer Bloom.
You think it's that important?
I do. Abundance is in the deck, I believe.
It is, yeah. Let me see. So I guess their question too was like, what's your big landfall finisher like that gets you there?
That's tough.
The World Sire or the Worm that I recommended earlier is probably like a good combo piece for me. But usually, like, what do you guys see against you that in a landfall deck that wins the game? For me, it's like Marag, right?
Marag?
The extra combat's red guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or like
yeah.
Any of the pingers. Sabotender is in here. I think there's a lizard in red.
I mean, like Avenger of Zendikar, Rampaging Baloth.
Yeah. There's no Scoot Swarm.
Yeah, Scoot Swarm.
That's a really good one. Yeah, so for sure. I'm shocked that there's no Scoot Swarm. This is like the deck.
Yeah.
Put a Shia in here too.
A Shy. Only lands, and you just put it a Shia in, and then fucking everything's a land on the board. That's great. No, not based. No Scoot Swarm. Scoot Swarm is perfect.
Come on, guys, let's be real.
What is Verdant Haven doing in here? What is that doing in here? It's a 3-mana enchantment. Enchant land, so it's the same cost as Flubs. When it enters the battlefield, gain 2 life. When enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds 1 mana of any color to his or her. Wait, don't talk to his or her mana pool. What do you mean? Don't talk bad about Verdant Haven. What is it doing here?
Apologize to him.
What is it doing here? It's the same. It's ramp at the same cost as your commander that does nothing for your game plan. What is it doing here?
Damn.
Well, hold on a minute. Click the art though. Wait, look at the art.
Put Dragonback Assault in the deck. This is a Tarkir enchantment for 6. When this enchantment enters, it deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Brutal.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it. To see that. Oh, what?
Oh my god, Ashaya is like $18 now. What the heck?
That's crazy. It's a really good card. I'm not surprised.
It's wild.
Have you guys seen Scouting Trek?
No.
Someone recommended it. It lets you put any number of lands on top of your library from your deck.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Dragonback is under enchantment, though. They have it already.
Very good, though.
I'm actually curious. What's it? No, those are the punishers when your opponents have lands enter, I think.
Yeah, it is.
I'm trying to think if there's any last like win condition things that can get us there that they maybe don't have. Oh, Bristly Bill.
Yeah, I mean, put Bill in everything.
Oh, wait. Is this? Hold on.
He did say that he wanted to be able to buy the deck, so it's somewhat budget.
Bill is expensive, yeah.
That's true. Okay, so you guys know how Zendikar's Royal is in the deck? It's a 5-mana enchantment. Whenever you play land, you get a 2/2.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember Chocobo Racetrack?
Yep.
It's a 5-mana enchantment, and then when a land enters, you get a 2/2. Except the 2/2s say when lands enter, they get +1/+0.
Yeah.
So that's literally just a strict upgrade, which I hate that they do that. Yeah, I hate that they do that.
Oh, it's a nuke.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
Titanic is crazy.
Yeah. Geode Rager, landfall, go to each creature target player controls.
Yep.
I think that Scythe Cub is in the deck. I thought I saw it.
That was in a different deck. This
Really?
has Scythe Leopard.
I think Scythe Cub
That's
is
what it
also
is.
pretty expensive.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
jumpstart card.
well, yeah. I think it's expensive. That's the one I was thinking of, though. Phylath is good. Okay.
Oh, true.
I feel
Ruin
pretty.
Crab.
Dude, Ruin Crab
Or
is
Hedron
hilarious.
Crab.
Yeah.
I'm actually happy
good.
that there's no evil stuff in here. Like, dude, Royal Elemental is so mean.
He doesn't kill people. Well, I don't know about that.
Well, in a manner of speaking.
In a manner of speaking, if you're playing like 5 lands a turn and you're milling everyone 15 cards.
I feel like I'm missing Doggo. I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, the Tireless series.
I thought I saw them.
There's a Tireless Provisioner.
Okay.
But yeah, you could put Tireless Tracker. Heart disease not violent enough. No Ruined Crab for me.
So I'm gonna say then my finisher of choice in this one would definitely be Phylath. I can't believe you're not. Well, Borborygmos for sure. I didn't see in your ad list. Add that. But Phylath specifically makes plants for each basic land you control. Brother, you're the only guy out here playing 46 basic lands. And then when a land enters, you put 4 counters on a plant. Okay, this might be the #1 secret commander Borborygmos Phylath thing, because basically you're gonna draw a basic land and go, do I want this to be a lightning bolt? Or 4, I'll link both. Do I want this to be a lightning bolt or 4 1/1 counters? And I think that's hilarious.
Borborygmos is also great because it lets you mess with your hand count.
Yes, that's true.
Flubs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would say anything else. Phylath is definitely the best.
Okay, I just linked both of those cards for them. Those are cool, and they both kind of do the lands thing, which is sick. Fair enough. Guys, we ready to rate this bad boy?
I really like the deck. I think that once you have, we're adding so many cards to your sideboard. I think that once you crystallize like which cards from the sideboard make it in, this is going to be a 10, maybe an 11. This is so cool.
It's already so far beyond a 10 in my opinion, because this deck is $200.
Oh, it's so funny, dude.
It's so funny. Awesome. It's got to be strong. It's really cheap. With the sideboard, he says. And the sideboard is $75 for the record. So it's actually $125.
Yeah. This is so funny.
It's so good. Nice job, dude. It's a firm 10 for me. Look, we all agree there are cards that you can add to make it better and changes. Wow. But like, if you sat down with a $125 deck like this and fully kicked my ass by playing like 31 basic lands, like I just kind of bend over and say thank you. May I have another? At that point, like I'm just let's go another round.
Bro's asking how we win the game. Dude, you have so many big motherfuckers in the deck that get +2/+2 every time you play a land. You're playing 5 in the turn. Maybe you just need trample. Like I don't think you need to think about it too hard. Oh my gosh, this deck is awesome. This deck is awesome.
I mean, the way I see this deck winning is playing Rampaging Baloths, playing 8 lands and passing. It's great, man.
I love it.
Brawn is really good. Brawn is really good. Consider that. The cards, Brawn and Anger and all those cards that do that stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right,
because you're going to just do that. All right, good luck. Good luck. May the odds be in your favor, chat.
Yes.
Pro Archers.
Ooh. We've done that
We've
before.
rated. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
CDH, guys. CDH.
quick, put our brains on.
Where the goal is to get big, stupid spells into the graveyard and turn them into creatures to swing at your opponents for infinite one-sided board wipes? What the fuck?
Infinite combats, infinite turns, etc. And then I ran out of stupid decks, so I need to get back to crafting for the next time. This firmly falls in the, like, technically the rules say a dog can't play basketball because this is a fucking Unfinity card. However, I don't see an acorn, so sorry. Hey, Zach, the deck is in.
Yeah. I'm getting there.
I will read the commander. Magar of the Magic Strings at 3 mana, so it's 1 in Rakdos for a legendary Minotaur performer. It is a 3/3 with 1 ability, 3 mana, same as its cost. Note the name of target instant or sorcery in your graveyard and put it onto the battlefield face down. It's a 3/3 creature with, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may create a copy of the card with the noted name. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. And if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere. Guys, this happens every time it does combat. You don't sacrifice it. So,
interesting.
Like,
interesting.
Yeah, someone in Twitch said, "What the fuck?" Wow. What's the worst thing you think you could do with this?
Extra combats.
Yeah.
Do they have
Wow.
that?
Molten Duplication is so horrifying.
Oh God, Rise of the Dark Realms. If they block with anything, you just can't. No, I don't want to play Wheel of Fortune every fucking attack.
I'm playtesting the deck. I have to. I have to know what this means.
This is so fucking cool, dude. It's also $6,500 as it is currently. Okay, look, chat. The cool thing about this card is that you can play it, not CEDH, for sure. Now, putting it to CEDH is really, really interesting. By the way, we filmed again with Play to Win. I don't know when that video will come out. So we've got a little bit of re-experience under our belts from playing CEDH. So we're not completely on an island here. I would say that in these colors, red particularly, you're probably going for some kind of like breach line. Now, that being said, even if you're not aiming for like a full infinite combo win on the spot, like, can you imagine infinitely casting, just discard your whole hand every turn on extra combats? Like, this shit's got to be so disruptive.
Is it doing extra combats? I'm not sure if it does extra combats.
He mentioned that like is an option.
It does with Savage Beating.
Savage Beating. Oh, there it is. Cast a spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yup. Man, I can't believe it's an instant or sorcery. That's wild.
Okay. I'm seeing it.
Well, so I'm Drew, like Drew's doing, he's playtesting the deck, right? What's your plan here? You have some kind of early, like, go find the thing of your choice and the right thing, like a Vamp Tutor. You have some kind of, maybe even you gamble, right? And that way you discard something into the graveyard. Mm-hmm. You need to get some fast mana. You play the guy, you animate something. Your opponent has to let you get through. Yeah, how are you making them unblockable? Here's the thing about CDH, though. There are decks that won't have creatures out that early.
That's the big thing.
You'll usually be able to get something through. Like, some people are playing like 2 mana guys or like Esper Sentinels or whatever. But the fact that these are 3/3s means that most of the like setup creatures, they're not going to block with. Like, nobody is going to block with their Esper Sentinel unless it's like, fuck, I don't know, Blood for the Blood God or something that's like, I'll draw 8 cards and deal 1 billion damage. Like, maybe they'll do it. But usually, like, there's a blue player who just is like, no, I don't play interaction I don't play creatures on the board because I'm playing interaction on the stack.
So something I'm thinking is that if you can get your commander out on turn 2, and then on turn 3 use the ability to get Savage Beating or the Cascade card, what happens is you basically punch somebody and create so much value instantly that, like, oh my god, it's so gross. I mean,
so
it's not
cool.
it's not turbo fucking Rogside turn 1 win, but like, it's so cool.
It's so cool. It definitely. I feel like the problem with this deck will be the consistency of it. Like, we do have tutors, but I feel like we need so much to go right that can't be interacted with. Now, granted, I'm not a CEDH expert, and I don't know how this deck exactly plays. I haven't a good idea. But like, I feel like if they break one of my toys, like they exile a card from the graveyard before I've even got there, like noting the name of a card in your graveyard is not part of the cost. If you pay 3, they can exile the shit out of your graveyard or shuffle it back in with an endurance or whatever the fuck else, and you have then what do you have, a 3/3? Like, and that's it. I feel like it's hard probably unless Lion's Eye Diamond is interesting. Unless you can dump like your whole hand in right away. But then if you dump your whole hand in and they interact with you one time in that window, like by shuffling your whole graveyard in, then you have literally nothing, right? Like, this feels like such a flash in the pan deck where it's like, if, like Drew is saying, I get there so fast and generate so much value, it's just over. Like, one everyone's tapped out turn would be a crazy swing for this deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I need to read this card.
It's so
Discard a card? Yeah, that's what this shit does. So on this turn, I fucking discard Blood for the Blood God. I'm on turn 3. Discard Blood for the Blood God, turn it into a creature. Then then I attack with it. I discard my hand. I draw 8 cards. I deal 8 damage to everybody. It's so funny.
Have you seen Rise of the Eldrazi?
No.
One of Magic's most ridiculously costed sorceries. 9 colorless. The spell can't be countered. Destroy target permanent. Target player draws 4 cards. Take an extra turn. Exile Rise of the Eldrazi. Guess what? The face down card, not the sorcery. You've made a copy of it.
Yes.
So you'll keep the guy and you'll get another turn.
Yeah. I guess Rise of the Eldrazi is the, like, probably the search.
I think my thought would be Rise of the Dark Realms. You're finding, because if you can do Breach LED wheel, you can just get everyone's stuff out of the graveyard.
Yes, that is true.
This is such a wild deck. I wish we had seen this like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, this is so cool.
This is really cool. Now, here's the question. This deck is so cool. I kind of think if you just took like all the game changers out of it, it would still be really good and very functional and a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, something that reads to me that makes this CEDH is like, I'm getting the combo off on turn 3. Like, if I'm instead getting the combo off on turn 6, like, it's suddenly not CEDH and it's still just as fun.
You know what else is funny too is like if you play the CEDH deck against regular decks, I actually think it would be harder because they're more likely to have creatures on the low end or like
that just
removal.
Block you.
Yeah, like sitting down to play this deck and being like, yeah, it's my CEDH deck, and they just play like a fucking wall of omens, and you're like, God damn, it has 4 toughness. I fucking lose.
There is a blockability. Silver Shroud costume.
Yeah.
The creature can't be blocked.
Wow.
Okay, there you go.
We figured it out.
I mean, it's got tools and it's really good, but man, that's so funny to see like a deck that I think would actually maybe do worse against regular decks from time to time.
This is awesome.
This is really cool. You're disgusting for playing in Garruk's Wake in this deck.
Wow,
that's true. So cool. Where's the Rogue's Passage, boys? Where's the Rogue's Passage?
Ooh, no Rogue's Passage. How can I be mad? This deck is awesome.
Man, oh shit, boys. The fucking video drops in 2.5 minutes.
Okay, then we're done. Let's rate the deck. I give it an easy 10, maybe an 11. This is so honestly sick.
There was some really special decks today. This is one of them, dude. This is great.
Yeah. Awesome deck.
Oh, man, I wish we had seen this sooner, dude. We definitely would have played this.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Guys, unless there's any more wrap-up, thank you so much for being here. We goofed the stream timings really quick. When do we think we can do the next one, boys? Do we have any idea? 2 weeks, maybe?
Yeah, I would say 2 weeks.
Okay, tentative. Because I think we had some plans for that week that fell through, which would maybe give us more time that week anyway.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Hold on,
Yes.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
That should be fine, I think.
The week of Monday the 16th, we were supposed to have a guest that week, but we don't anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't? Okay.
Yeah, that fell through.
Okay.
All right, so probably we'll aim for that more when we get closer. Guys, thank you very much. Box Brawl is about to drop with this. Look at this shit. What direction am I in? I don't even know.
Go do it.
This thing,
Yeah,
wherever I am.
Oh, I think I'm pointing the wrong way. I think this way.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna point. Turtles in a half shell. The Box Brawl.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, thank you guys for coming to the stream.
Take care.
Go take care of yourselves.
Bye.
Go watch some video. Go eat dinner, stuff like that, or lunch, wherever you're from. Yay! Bye bye.